Ooh, ladies and gents, welcome back. We are doing this once again. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a fun stream. So, I haven't done this actually in a while. I haven't done one of these, kind of just giving back to the community streams. I usually have a bunch of guests or a guest or something lined up. Now, I have some people that are going to pop in later and it's going to be a lot of fun, but I just wanted to do off the cuff live stream as one of the giving back to the community live streams that we used to always do on Friday nights. And I figured, why not impromptu do it that sort of style? So here we are. Here we are doing the live stream like we always did on Fridays. And what did we always do? We always said, come on over, chat. Here we go. The chat's right in the room with us again. We're back. This is the way it's always been. So welcome back, chat. I see a bunch of you were waiting, I guess, not realizing that the stream was actually scheduled for 7 p.m. Pacific time. I saw a lot of you saying, "Where's Clyde? What are you doing?" Yeah, it was a scheduled stream. So I did schedule about an hour or so ago. I hope Trump does a Moderno on Carney, a Maduro on Carney. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into that in just a moment because whoa boy, some stuff's been going around the internet, and sometimes it's a little bit of fake news. It's a thing that can go around like that. Hey, Clyde, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Cals. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad to see you. And by the way, a little bit of a roll call as everybody's kind of chirping in here. I know we're going across several different platforms. So the chat you're seeing on the screen here, that's the YouTube chat. I don't know how to get the mix chat up here, but then there's other people on the other platforms. So if you're on the other platforms, also say hello. Say hello in the chat, whether you're on X or Facebook or Rumble. Come on into the chat, say hello, and we'll see how things are. We'll see what's up with that. It shows offline on Rumble though. I gotta figure out how to make this a thing because I've been trying to figure this out. Make sure that it's all working on all the different platforms. It doesn't always just check out easily like that for you, but it shows. See, now it's showing the wrong thumbnail on it. Oh, that's just awkward, isn't that you? But that's absolutely awkward, isn't it? So yeah, we'll try. Keep trying with this stuff. Why is it showing that? I changed the save the changes. Come on. Save the changes. And then and put it out there with the right thumbnail. All right. Anyway, we're gonna get on this. What do we got here? Steve Colbert is on the Rumble. I'm online right now. Welcome in Florida. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Where is everybody watching from? Because it's a big old world, and it's a big country, and a lot of people are all over the place. Got James from Ottawa, on terrible. Oh boy, I'm so sorry to hear that. We got hi Clyde from Eastern Ontario. So happy to have the Friday lives back. Yeah, well, we'll see how this goes. We'll try, I really just enjoy doing it. So if I have the free time, I'm just going to jump in and do a live stream. That's how it is. Some weeks maybe not because we got some other things going on with the family and things like that. We got Mr. Roscoe Pico, member for 41 months, says South Surrey. Wow. Okay, I was just recently there. I was actually recently there. I have some family in that area, so that's a thing. The Republic of Alberta. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. North Carolina. Welcome, Lisa. That's awesome. Happy Friday from Southern Alberta, honk honk. Vancouver Island. Yeah. Where on the island? Oh, you're not from Victoria, are you? Oh, so sorry to hear that if that's the case. Hey, Clyde. Yes, Rumble is the thing. Calgary here made me laugh. Tamara Litch. Hi, Tamara. Where's Tamara? Is Tamara in the chat? Welcome, Tamara. Yeah, we got Edmonton baby. $100 oil winning. Winning? Is that winning? I don't know if that's winning, but it's a thing. That's a thing for sure. Vancouver Island, Courtney, Republic of Saskatchewan. Let's hope. We can only hope, right? That's exactly it. So we'll see how this all goes. Montreal, China, yeah, that's a place. OBX, NC. Need a job, head to the Outer Banks. Okay. Sign the petition. Yeah. Well, if you're from there, definitely sign that petition. So tired of winning. Not here in Canada. That's for sure. TGIF, everyone. Yes, thank God it is Friday. It is Friday. It's been a hell of a week. I'm not gonna lie to you. Holy cow. So, things have slowed way down in British Columbia when it comes to automotive anyway. I think a lot of people are really hurting at the moment. So there's a lot of people who are just putting off buying cars. See, I'm in the kind of trade that's an interesting sort of trade, right? So yes, being a mechanic is recession proof, but it doesn't come with its sort of like weird ups and downs and little warning signs for how the economy is actually working. So as a repair technician in an independent shop, I'm not talking, I don't work at this dealership, doing warranty work for halftime. No, I work in an indie shop. And what happens is if the economy, so the sweet spot for a mechanic is when the economy is doing okay, but not gangbuster, right? But also not a recession. And that's like the sweet spot because that's when everyone's got enough money. They want to repair their cars. They want to keep everything online and keep everything going. And then that's how that works. Now, again, I'm trying to figure this thing over on Rumble. It doesn't seem to be working correctly. We are scheduled to stream. It's supposed to be live. It's supposed to be up. I'm checking it, but it's not operating correctly. Unbelievably. This is the struggles with doing the OTP thing over on Rumble. How do I enter that? Enter it again. It doesn't show it. It doesn't show it up. What's going on, Rumble guys? Help me out. So yeah, there's like that Goldilocks zone because when the recession, if a recession hits, then what happens is people put off repairing their cars. They say, maybe I'll walk to work. Maybe I'll ride my bike. Maybe I'll get something else going. And then that's how that goes. So yeah, unfortunate set of circumstances there for that sort of thing, but that's just how that works. So yeah, if the looks like the stream was ended or deleted on Rumble, what are you talking about? It was not. We're getting things. See, this is how things get all mixed up. And I'm trying to get it all going. Can we get it all going? I guess not. It's just not working on Rumble tonight. That's really unfortunate. Bummer. Schedule. Let's schedule it again. Schedule, pick a time right now. Right now. Let's go. Get it up and running. And then we'll add Rumble to the stream. Edit. Add Rumble. Can we add Rumble? Why is it not letting me? It's not letting me do it. Well, that's a real shame. So it looks like we're out on YouTube right now only. We had the Rumble stream going and it just crapped out. Bummer. Absolute bummer on that one. Okay. Repairs. Does it matter if you can't fill the tank? Well, yeah, you need to be able to fill the tank. Clyde in chat, can anybody offer any suggestions on how to get a clip bumper for a Canyon? Sorry, I was scrolling here. How to get a clip bumper for a Canyon AT4 2023? 589 fabrication seems to be the only one, but they're not replying to emails. So I'm not a body guy. I'm a repair technician. So yeah, I couldn't tell you. My service writers usually get that stuff for me if parts are the thing. Bumble Rumble. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it dropped right out. We'll try to get it back if we can. I got it set in the schedule, so okay, let's just remove that for now. Remove. Try it again. Add Rumble. Select the stream. Right there. Add it. Save changes. Boom. Should be up. Should be up and running. But I don't see it operating on the back end, which is really weird. Weird. Start stream. But I can't because it's because the relay is not active. What in the heck? Well, it looks like it's up. I hope so. Yeah, it's showing we're live. Okay, we're live. For anybody that didn't catch that, that was a bit of a hiccup. All right, anyway, here we go. HD Dave for 5 says, do people actually believe Carney will allow Alberta separation? The guy is highly corrupt. I'm a supporter, but I mean, let's be serious. Now, well, I don't really think it's up to Carney. So it becomes an international thing at that point. So if Alberta does have a successful referendum, then it becomes one of those things where you have all these other nations that would accept their independence. And whether or not Canada accepts their independence is irrelevant if the United States accepts their independence. And that's one of those things where they've signaled that that's what they're going to do. So that'll put a really tough spot on the rest of Canada that really wants to be in control of Alberta, but really can't say much. So that's the thing. I'm glad you got Rumble back. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened. It's just a hiccup. I got to figure out how to work the back end because I can't see all the things that are happening on the back end. So I can see the chat going. Yeah, running. It's working. But I'm not seeing like the chats and all of those things that you would see on the studio side. It's just not working for me. I don't know why. It says offline there on the thing. And it doesn't have an option to start it. It just has an option to change the schedule time. But we're past the schedule time and we're live. It should be working. But it's not working. More info. Give me more info. Why aren't you working? Done. Okay. I gotta talk to somebody at Rumble. See how that works. What else do we got here? All good. All is good on Rumble. Well, on the front end, not on the back end. So yeah, trying to fix that stuff. I was trying to use Rumble Studio, but it was really difficult to get everything out to all the different platforms. And not only that, if I want to bring somebody in, I couldn't bring somebody in. It doesn't work with mobile for some reason. So I've got a guest later tonight that's coming in on mobile. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So what time is, sorry, what does this say? What there is a Canada-US thing. What there is a Canada-USA thing? What are you talking about? There's a Canada-USA thing? Maybe. Maybe some of the things that we're talking about in tonight's stream. I was good on Rumble with you until 9/11. Uh-oh. And then you suddenly drop saying your link no longer exists, but now you're back. Good. Well, I'm glad it's back. I just got to figure out how to work the back end thing. So I got some people to talk to. I can't figure it out, folks. I can't figure it out. Let's get it over here. I'm down here in Fat Fordland. Oh, on Terrible. I don't know. Maybe some people don't know, but I grew up in Ontario. Yeah, I got out of there as soon as I possibly could. Yeah, that's where I learned the arts of wrenching. 5x5 on Rumble. I don't know about the add-ins, but viewers see here you just fine. Well, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. No, there's a bunch of stuff on the back end, like ad integration and stuff like that you can work on the back end, but without the studio working, then I can't get any of that stuff happening. But we'll get that in later streams. We'll make that a thing. Unfortunately, just for some reason I can't get the mix chat on the page here, but we all see the YouTubers in there. We all see the YouTube chat, but I see you guys on Rumble, so I can pop it up. Is it coming or did I miss it? No, it's coming. We're streaming now, so stick around. We're hanging out. Ontario misses you, Clyde. I'm sure. I haven't been back there in forever. I mean, I've visited a couple of times, but like there was no intention of ever staying. That's for sure. And I have no intention of staying here in British Columbia. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe you've noticed there's there's a goal. So I have people at YouTube and they're telling me, you got to set goals. You got to set goals on your live chats. And I'm like, I don't like to pester people to donate. I appreciate when people do, but I don't pester people to do that. And they're like, no, you got to put a goal. And so I put a goal up there. If you guys see it, it's the moving to Texas. That shit's expensive goal for the stream. If anybody wants to pitch in towards that, because things have been so slow at work, things are going to get tight. Things are going to get tight for the family moving up really quick here, because holy cow. Yeah. It's coming along very, very quickly. So I've got a bunch of stuff going on to keep you kind of in the loop with what's going on. You know, it's taken a long time. There's a lot of immigration and all that stuff to deal with. And now I'm an American citizen, but not my wife isn't. So that makes things more complicated. So that's what's been taking so long. So that's all getting sorted, and we'll be out of here in very, very short order. So really, it's all about my kids' school year at this point. So the kids' school year ends, and then boom, there's the thing, and then we're gonna be heading down. But before we head down, we got to do a family trip to Tokyo, Japan, to visit family. So doing that before we make the big move down to Texas. So we got a few crazy months planned here. We got a super chat from HD Dave for $2. Says, y'all hear about Nick Shirley coming to town? Coming to which town? To Ottawa town? That would be funny. Is that true? Tell me in the chat. Is that a thing? Are they actually doing that? Take me with you to Tokyo. I mean, I will. I'd take you all. I'm going to take you all with me. This is something I do. If you're new to the channel, we travel to Tokyo quite often. It's where my wife grew up, and we have family there. So we go there. I try to make the trip every other year because I got to stay home and work, and I make sure that the family can go every single year and go do that. So that's a big thing. So every time I go, I take you guys out on a journey. It's usually a lot of fun. And so one of the things I do when I do the trip to Tokyo is I always make sure to do this. And it's really fun. It's a walk around in Tokyo. So I do a live stream, and it usually takes about 3 hours ish, that kind of thing. And what I do is I'll take you guys on a big walk through one of the boroughs close to where I live. It happens to be a really, really busy part of town. You may know it as that big crossing, the Shibuya crossing. So I start there, and there's a meeting place there. I start there with the live stream, and then I go on this big long walk, and it goes through busy city areas, and then into like this beautiful park with like beautiful temple at the end of this giant walk. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to do that again. It's just kind of it's become a tradition on the channel to do that. And it says, you live near Shibuya Scramble? Yeah. Like, what is it? 1, 2, 3 stops away. 3 stops away from there. So very close. Yeah. And it's a fun live stream to do. But this year we're trying to work it out, because we might be able to do the Marty and Clyde show as that live stream. So that would be a lot of fun, because Marty's talking about possibly coming to Tokyo at the same time, so that I can kind of show him around and show him the sights, and then have him go explore on his own. That would be a lot of fun. What are you saying here? My home base is Akihabara. I love staying near there. Lots to do there. Yeah, I love going to Akihabara. It's for people who don't know, that's like electric otaku town. It's like where all the people who like video games and like dorky culture stuff and electronics tend to go. So that's a really cool place to be. Absolutely. Also love Osaka. You ever gotten down that far south? Yeah. My Kansai ban is a little bit lacking, but I mean, I can get by. I can absolutely get by. It's a lot of fun. Do you want to know the Canadian dream these days is winning the lottery and getting the hell out of here? I've actually said this many times. The Canadian dream has always been to get rich, famous, and move out of Canada. Isn't that what it is? be successful, get wealthy, and leave Canada. That's what a lot of people do. That's usually how it goes. So I think that's the thing. Hi, Clyde from Quebec. Did President Trump hit on Carney? What did I miss? What did I miss? Well, we're gonna get that in a second. We're gonna get to that because I want to talk about that. I want to cover it. SA bound. SA bound. What's SA? Is that South something? Took 45 minutes to find my way out of Shibuya Station. Huge. It's huge. Yeah, Shibuya is not as bad as some of the other ones. Holy cow. Go to Shinjuku Station is pretty complicated. But yeah, there's a lot of them. A lot of big busy stations. Do you miss Windsor Pizza? Yeah, of course. I gotta say, I miss the gyros in Windsor. That's the thing I really miss. Gyros. You get donairs out here in the West Coast. They're just yeah, not the same. Not the same. Yeah, I like gyros. Windsor, Ontario, big Greek community, best gyros in Canada by far that I've had. And like, yeah, you can talk about your donairs all day long, whatever. I've had good donairs and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like a proper Greek gyro. Not even close. No way. Carney and his band of misfits need to be declared enemies of Canada and removed from power now. I'd agree. I would agree. BC for 51st. Yeah. First, you got to get rid of the communists first. That'd be a tricky one. Windsor Pizza rocks. Yeah, it does. Kyoto is beautiful, but I haven't been in over 20 years because it's so busy nowadays. Yeah, I would say like if you want to go see a really cool castle, like I've been to Kyoto and I've seen a bunch of the castles, but it's a tourist trap and it's just full of people. Kumamoto is like one of my favorites. We did a road trip through Japan at one point, and Kumamoto is like my favorite castle to go to. It was really, really cool. And you could go inside and it wasn't as busy. I mean, obviously there was people there and stuff, but it was no way, not even close. What is that? Wakayama Castle too? Okay. Yeah, maybe if I ever get the chance, I'll go check it out. Good conversations tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Well, thank you, Mike. Really appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. And we'll talk about all kinds of stuff. But let's get into some of these things because I do want to talk about some of these stories that are happening in Canada. Oh, my goodness. Some of the things that I'm queuing up here. I don't even know what to get at first. What do I talk about first? But I guess you know what I want to do? I want to give a shout out to another creator. I want to give a shout out to another creator in the space. I've given this guy a shout out before because he wrote a song and it was really, really good. And he just recently wrote another one. He sent it to me. And this is on his YouTube. Let's get the web up. Now, this guy, you can't see. Oh, I'm standing right in the way of his name. Rich Junco. Rich Junco. He does these songs on the internet, and as you can see, he's a seasoned guitarist. He's got many of them, but he wrote this song. Everything's expensive, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's awesome. This is pretty good. You guys hear it all right?
Down west of Alabama where the Mississippi flows.
He goes down, but he doesn't look at no.
Up here in the great white north, folks been living kind of lean. Looking for a change in the weather, thumbing through a magazine. Everything's expensive, things just ain't right. Everything's a mess, sure ain't watertight. Looking for some sunshine, but there ain't none in sight.
Link in the chat.
You know when you're so broke, you can't even spend the night.
He was so broke, he can't spend the night. I like that. That's good.
North, south, east, and west these days, it's just been a crying shame. But one thing you got to understand, it ain't
僕の日本語は悪い
upside
悪
down
いです
backwards too, just so damn hard to explain.
僕は
Can't see the light through all the darkness, can't even trust your weather vane. Everything's expensive,
Everything's expensive.
it ain't right.
I love this.
Everything's a mess, it's sure hard to tell. Looking for some sunshine, but there ain't none inside. You know when you're so broke, you can't even spend the night.
When you're so broke,
You know when you're so broke, you can't even spend the night.
love it. Love it. That's awesome. When you're so broke that you can't even spend the night. Oh, I love it. I love it. So big shout outs to Rich Junco. Get over there, give him a subscribe and give a like to the video there. Maybe get some more eyeballs on it. I think that'd be fantastic. This guy's clearly a gem. He's a real talent. And yeah, I'd love to see more people go over there. Leave a comment. Get in there in the comment section. Say, this is fantastic. Love it. Get on over there. Comment yourself. I love supporting people like this. Like, just what a talent. What an absolute talent. What a gem. And that's that, credit where credit's due, everybody. Like that's how it should be. Anyway, back to the chat here as I look for something else. By the way, I'll leave this again so everybody can go check it out. The link is in the chat right here. So head on over. That's Rich Junco, and give him a subscribe and give him a follow, give him a like, whatever. Yeah, get on over there. I think Carney is in Nova Scotia. He should just keep going east. Just keep going east all the way to England and beyond. Go to Ukraine. Go to the front lines. We'd all love that. How could Trump fire Carney? Well, yeah, it's kind of a little tongue in cheek there, my friend. That's what I was doing there. So let's get into it, because this is something that was circulating on the web today. So many eyeballs on this one. It was crazy. Marty posting, is this real? So this is a Donald Trump True Social, says the radical left the radical left country hating Liberal Party of Canada has been bribing corrupt opposition politicians to join their team in order to gain an unelected majority government so that they can ram through anti-democratic bills to remove ordinary Canadian citizens' rights and freedoms. They want absolute unrestricted power, financially backed by the Chinese Communist Party. I will not stand for it. Canada needs a new, uncorrupted government. Mark Carney, we're on to you. There's evidence coming out soon that 2025 Canadian election was rigged. I was also rigged, backed by communist China. Resign. Now, of course, so many people sharing this thing, getting their hopes up that this was Donald Trump. Marty up north posting it, saying, is this real? And unfortunately, no, it's fake news. It's totally fake news. It was not real. This is not a real Truth Social from Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States of America. Not at all. So, yeah, to everybody who was getting their hopes up, it was really good, though. And Marty even replied to me saying, it's fake, but it's on point. It so is, right? It sure is. And it's getting the rounds because everybody wants it to be real. It's so the point. It's so not on point. Seriously, you're way out of touch, Marty. Okay, people are crazy. There are crazies out there. Why don't you just yell at another old lady, you clown? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is funny. People on the internet are so fun. They're so nice to each other. But yeah, this was fake news. Unfortunately. Sorry to be the buzzkill to everybody, but this was not accurate. This was not true. Donald Trump says a lot of crazy stuff. Well, he says a lot. Is it crazy? Is it crazy to say this stuff that he says, or is it just ballsy? I mean, there's a fine line there. It really is a fine line. Like, what was the thing that he said to the Prime Minister of Japan? I gotta play this now because I brought it up. It's just the freaking hilarious. Unbelievable what was said here. So let's get this up on the screen. If you haven't seen this, don't be sipping a drink when I play this. This is your first time seeing this. Make sure you're not drinking your beer or your sweet tea or whatever it is. Make sure you're not sipping that while you listen to this clip, because this is just something else.
No,
you've been warned.
Japan and US are very good friend. But
by the way, this is a Japanese reporter speaking in English to Donald Trump, asking a question. The Prime Minister of Japan, not very fluent with English, not very solid with English. She's just being attentive. She's not actually understanding what's being said here.
One question: why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about.
So the question there is, why didn't you tell your allies, like people in Europe or Japan, what you were doing with the war? What, like, referring to Iran and the strikes that took place in Iran. And this is just the best.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Hey, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay, right? He's asking me. You believe in surprise, I think, much more so than us. And we had to surprise him, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what
it hasn't registered yet with her what he said.
So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise. Right?
Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Oh man. So yeah, Donald Trump says some very bold things, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. The stuff that comes out of his mouth. And like, what? You can get mad about that. But like, well, people, of course, the Trump deranged, they'll get mad about it. Yeah, the look on her face is just unbelievable as he's saying it.
Hey, why didn't you tell me?
Sorry. Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
About Pearl Harbor.
Oh, the look on her face is just too good. Oh, yeah. So that was a moment. That was a moment that happened recently, and it's funny. It's oh man, yeah. So he says all kinds of stuff like that. He had a similar one with the what was it, the German chancellor? I gotta pull that up. Okay, Trump. How do you spell that? I'll just put Normandy or D-Day. Yeah, you find it right away when you just get the keywords right. Okay, President. So this is this is another one that happened only like a week prior to this. This is Donald Trump with the German chancellor. Chancellor is like president or prime minister, whatever. That's just what they call them in Germany. And it was right around Memorial Day, or that, or the anniversary of D-Day. My bad. And this.
I'm here, Mr. President, to talk with you later on how we could contribute to that goal. And we all are looking for measures and for instruments to bring this terrible war to an end. And may I remind you that we are having June 6th tomorrow. This is D-Day.
Okay, this was a
anniversary,
while ago, yeah.
when the Americans once ended a war in Europe. And I think this is in your hand in specific, in ours.
That was not a pleasant day for you.
No, that was not a pleasant.
This was
Well,
not a great
in the
day.
long run, Mr. President, this was the liberation of my country from Nazi dictators.
So it's true.
And we know what we owe you. But this is the reason why I'm saying that.
That's not a pleasant day for you. Oh, remembering D-Day with the German chancellor. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that. That is so funny. Oh, I just can't believe that. So yeah, okay. That's how Trump rolls. He's got no filter. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. Clyde, you're giddy tonight. Yeah, why not? Let's just have some fun. We're just having a laugh. Grab yourself a wobbly pop and get at her, and we'll have a laugh and we'll look at some of these things. Because I mean, Fridays are for letting loose, right? We get very serious about a lot of things, and you know, sometimes you just gotta let it all hang out and just have a laugh. Leg crossing is so weird. So many. Oh, the men that cross their legs like that. Yeah. I don't understand that. Yeah, no, I'll never get. I can't. I physically can't do it. It's just not a thing. Not a thing. Can't do it. Wobbly pop engaged. Yes, get in it. Get in it. Have at her. That's the thing. What's this? First Japan were with Pearl Harbor. Now D-Day with cherries. So the D-Day one was before. It was from June 6th. Yeah, it was back. It was back several months ago. But it's just funny how he just got the balls to say that stuff. No problem. Willy-nilly, just throw it out there. No issues. And that's exactly it. So either way, welcome to the chat, folks. If you're just joining, we're having some fun. It's a Friday night. We're just gonna get into it. We got a bunch of people watching on all the different platforms, which is really cool. So yeah, head on in. Go to the fridge, get yourself a wobbly pop, and have some fun here. What do we got? Wobbly pop in the land, in the hand. Texas is here. Awesome. I'll be down there joining you soon. I've had some of the locals. I like that. Probably people are gonna laugh at me in Texas about it, but I like the native Texan beer. It's kind of just a run of the mill lager, but it was good. It was really good. But I don't know. I'll be drinking. The one thing is they're freaking expensive here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Once you get out of Canada and you realize just the expense that people are not paying that Canadians have to. That's crazy. Fort Worth, Texas here. Brian, welcome to the chat. I've been through Fort Worth. I love it there. It's fantastic. You know what? I went to this one place. Maybe you could tell me the name of it. Maybe you know it. Went to this one restaurant in Fort Worth. It's right down where the stockyards are, kind of close to it. And it was a restaurant where they have like the whole menu is wild game meat, and they have bison and boar, and I had rattlesnake sausage for the first time ever. It was really cool. Yeah, maybe if you're from Fort Worth, maybe you know the place that I'm talking about. I am conservative boomer. Trish Brew, welcome back. Well, good to see you. Member for 40 months. That's incredible. When Trump's presidency ends, he should do a comedy fundraiser. It would rock. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that for sure. Absolutely. I love the, what is it, when they do the roasts of the presidents? Those are great. And Trump's got a great sense of humor. So that's the thing. That's the thing. The Wild Game Room. Okay, so that's what it's called. It's the Wild Game Room. I couldn't remember the name of it. A friend of mine took me there, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to try this place. It's really good." It was On point, fantastic, really, really good. If you're ever in the Fort Worth area, definitely don't miss out on that one. It's right by the stockyards, so it's kind of like a touristy area to go because like the stockyards is where they what do they call it when they bring the longhorns through once a day. They used to do it a bunch, but now it's like a once a day thing. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So it's on all the tour guide stuff, but go check it out if you're ever in that area. Had pulled moose this week. Yeah, you sent me a message about that, Peter. Pulled moose, and the first thought I had was, oh, it's got to be really dry, but you said it wasn't. That's shocking to me. That's shocking to me. The roundup, yeah, maybe it's called the roundup, but I don't know. It's just they're just walking the cattle. They're just driving the cattle or whatever. Yeah, there you go. Twice a day cattle drives. There you go. There it is. There it is. From the stockyards. From the stockyards. I think you get to see the big longhorns. They're humongous. It's such incredible thing. Yeah, cattle drive. That's right. What is this? As a Canadian, I kind of wish Trump would come here and help sort out where billions of taxpayer money went. That's the thing. Like, Trump's got a lot to mess with the United States. And, you know, all this stuff that's happening in other places of the world, you know, being, you know, the leader of the free world, it's not easy. So it's kind of hard to take care of Canada's problems. What is it? He wanted to put economic pressure on Canada to take it over, basically. That was his thing. What did he say? Trump, economic pressure. See if the clip pops up, because maybe that's a hard one to find nowadays. Maybe if I find it on YouTube. That's where I found it before. Trump says economic pressure on Canada. Yeah, here it is. Got it.
Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire?
No, economic force, because Canada and the United States, that would really be something.
Oh boy, wouldn't that be great?
You get rid of that artificially drawn line and you take a look at what that looks like. And it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada. I love the Canadian people. They're great. But we're spending hundreds of billions a year to protect it. We lose in trade deficits. We're losing massive. We don't need their cars. You know, they make 20% of our cars. We don't need that. I'd rather make them in Detroit. We don't need their lumber. We have massive fields of lumber. We don't need anything. So why are we losing $200 billion a year and more to protect Canada? And I said that to, as I called him, Governor Trudeau. I said, listen, what would happen if we didn't subsidize you? They should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down. I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said, Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function if we didn't take their 20% of our car market. We don't need their cars, and we don't need the other products. We don't need their milk. We got a lot of milk. So I said to him, well, why are we doing it? He said, I don't really know. He was unable to answer the question, but I can answer it. We're doing it because of habit, and we're doing it because we like our neighbors, and we've been good neighbors, but we can't do it forever.
Are you also
Can't do it forever? And I mean, there's no more true statement than that. You know, Canada, and here's the thing, I have a lot of sympathy for Canada. Absolutely. Of course, it's the place I grew up. But let's just be for real. When it comes to trade, Canada is one of the worst actors on all of this stuff. They go and they say that even the conservative, like Pierre Poilievre, is just not being genuine with people on this topic. And I wish you would. I wish you would just come out and say it. But he can't. He can't for a lot of reasons. Got milk, lol. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, because nobody can speak out against the dairy lobby. It's like it's political suicide. It's crazy. You can't do that. So this is why even Pierre Poilievre won't be honest about the trade situation with Canada. Canada has a lot of barriers to entry and trade protectionism. Now, this wouldn't be a problem. This wouldn't be a problem at all if Canada didn't go down this route years ago. If decades and decades ago, Canada didn't go down this route, getting away from it wouldn't be so painful. Now, Canada, in order to get away from that, is going to have to retool. We're talking about a massive retooling of Canada in order to get away from this idea of having trade protectionism and all those people that work in trades that are just basically like a knockoff of the United States, but cost way more money, like a knockoff of an American company. And I'm talking about banks. I'm talking about telecommunications companies, talking about the dairy lobby, I'm talking about a lot of things where if there wasn't a Canadian specific industry around that, and it was only able to exist because the government barred American companies from coming in, then those companies, they, instead of becoming these crappy little versions that are forced down Canadian throats of an American product, what they would do is Canadians would specialize. Actually, this is the direction that market economies go when there's fair trade amongst countries. You find countries will specialize in things instead of putting barriers to entry around automotive companies and all this other stuff. The reason why we don't see a lot of new automotive companies is because of all the restrictions and all this other stuff that comes in play. There are no Canadian automotive companies. It's just Canadian manufacturers that build for American motor companies. That's all it is. Now, what we could do is specialize in a lot of the things that these big companies do and help them out with, again, specialization in a lot of things. Rocco, Clyde. What is that? I'm trying to get what that means. But yeah, it really is one of those things. If Canada wasn't a country that made again knockoffs, cheap Canadian knockoffs of American things for a higher price, then we would get the American things and we would probably make them better. That's what Canada would be for the most part, and have its own industries of different things and of different calibers. That's the way economies work, but it's not the way protectionism works. And that's what's happening. The United States really doesn't appreciate the fact that Canada benefits tremendously from having the US next door, but America is not benefiting in the same sort of way from Canada. And especially when in Canada, like Pierre Poilievre puts it on the Americans like, well, we sell you all kinds of oil for super cheap at discount rates. It's like, you did that. America didn't do that to you. You did that to you. You kneecapped your own industry and made it so that Americans can basically say, well, who else are you going to sell it to? Who are you going to sell your oil to? We'll buy it, but we'll buy it at 10% less than, market rate. And what are the Canadians going to do? Like, stop making oil? No. They're going to, okay, here you go. Exactly. Ottawa did that. So stop blaming the United States for that. It's asinine. It's not a good look. And coming from the conservative leader, the guy who's supposed to be the truth teller, and coming out and saying, he says a lot of good stuff, but just on this one topic, I just couldn't be more at odds with the crap, the rhetoric that he's saying. It just doesn't jive with me, not one bit. And that doesn't make me want to let the liberals in, as some people would say. No, not at all. But that's the way people go. Now, speaking of the liberals, conservatives going liberal, that's another crazy story altogether. Here we go. Floor Crossing MP apologizes for behavior in committee meeting about Chinese EVs. That would sound like nothing if you heard that, right? Floor Crossing Liberal MP apologizes for behavior in committee meeting about Chinese EVs. I mean, I know how to write a headline. I do this for a living. I put this stuff on YouTube every single day. If I wanted to soft walk something hard, that's how I would write the headline. If I was like, Donald Trump talks about Pearl Harbor, to the Japanese prime minister, how would you put that? I don't know, moderate Republican president says interesting remarks about historical moments to Japanese prime minister. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? That's how you title it. That's not how you title it at all, unless you're a propaganda outlet. Thanks, CBC News. Floor crossing Liberal MP apologizes for behavior in committee meeting about Chinese EVs. Michael Ma Zedong says his comments came across as dismissive of the serious issue of forced labor. They came across as dismissive. Oh, did they come across as dismissive? Liberal MP Mike Ma is facing criticism for an aggressive set of questions at parliamentary committee where he appeared to downplay forced labor in China. That sounds a little different than the headline. While Ma, in a statement issued late Thursday, said he apologized to the witness, he also said opposition MP and journalist misheard the name of the region of China he was talking about. Oh, no. Just talking about, I was talking about a different place. I condemn forced labor in all its forms, said the statement. Why? Where's the statement? Where's the thing that he said? Oh, wait, what's this? I've got it. Here's what he actually said. This is just freaking nuts. Roman Baber actually putting this up on X. Here we go.
I was questioning a witness who is against Canada accepting Chinese electric vehicles. That witness raised human rights violations against Uyghurs in China, and here's how Ma responded.
Well, first off, he really, really wants those Chinese EVs in Canada. Why is that the case? Why does he really need the spy technology over here for everybody during their commute?
You claim about forced labor in Shenzhen. Have you witnessed this yourself? Have you been there ever?
I've been to
Sorry.
China many times.
Have you witnessed
Since
forced labor in Shenzhen?
1979.
Have
No.
you witnessed forced that? Just a short answer. Have you witnessed forced labor in Shenzhen? Yes or no? So did you get that
I work
from
closely with
hearsay?
Human Rights Watch where researchers
Okay.
did witness it.
So thank you.
Moments later, a Conservative MP took the floor and she raised an issue with Ma's questioning.
Ms. McQuaig-Johnson, I want to apologize for the member on the other side of the table.
Point
who
of
was
order.
Very
Chair
rude to you.
Okay, colleagues, just one moment.
I obviously in public being accused, and I like an apology from the member from the other side.
Okay, Sister Ma, that would not be a point of order, and I don't.
They always say that this is like the gentleman's leave thing. This is the, like this is where gentlemen do the gentlemanly things. Being passive aggressive and for lack of a better word, like cunty, it's not the gentlemanly thing to do. I don't get it. All of this, I deserve an apology crap from people. It's just absolutely out of this world. Oh, some guy is doing a deep dive on what? Okay. That's a different story altogether, but just the way they behave is just out of this world. I can't. What a wuss, an apology. Sheesh. Yeah, exactly. What are you talking about? I deserve an apology. Just move on. Move on. You said enough. You said enough with this whole like schmarmy thing about China, Shenzhen, all that. You telling me that they have like great labor practices in China? Give me a break. Even if they're not talking about the Uyghur Muslims in that specific moment. Come on. What is it? In China, they've had to put nets on the edges of buildings for the people that are jumping off to end it all when they're at work and they just can't handle it anymore because they got to work 7 days a week, 12-hour days. It's just insane. Did Mr. Ma threaten Mrs. Johnson with a trip to China though? Whoa, yeah. Yeah, we've heard stories about people going to China and not coming back. So I posted this one out. I said, I think it's time Michael Ma Zedong resigns. Mind you, this is the guy who got voted in as a conservative and then crossed the floor. And man, the people in his riding pissed off, absolutely pissed off for sure. Why? And this is one of those things. I don't believe that it should be allowed to floor cross. I think that's a rule that just is awful. And it's the reason why somebody wrote that fake post by Donald Trump, right? It's the reason why that's out there is because people find it. What is the word? I mean, it's just it's awful. There's no justice in it. It's absolutely crazy, and it's anti-democratic. It's anti-democratic when you have a fight between two parties, and don't give me a break. Nobody is voting for the guy, right? Nobody in his riding was like that Michael Ma. He's wow, oh Ma. He's the guy you write home to Ma. He's nobody cares about this guy. They were voting for the Conservative Party. The last election was betrayal is the word. There you go, Peter. Betrayal is the word. Yeah. Mr. Michael Maoist. Yeah, it's absolutely frustrating. It's frustrating because it's anti-democratic. When people are voting for the party and you come in as a dude and you can just like decide you're not part of that party anymore. If you decide that you're not part of that party, it should null and void that election and it should go to a by-election immediately. Like, no, you don't get to just cross the floor. And like the other party had a guy. What happens to that? Like the other party had a guy. So like, what if all I wanted to do is like be the Conservative candidate in like a super heavy liberal riding, and then I just no other Conservatives want to run in that heavy liberal riding. So it's easy to get that position, but instead I run. But you'll never get the MP position. You'll get the nominee position. You'll never get the position of MP. So what do? I just got to run as a liberal. Just pretend I'm a liberal. And then as soon as the election's over, cross the floor. And then, hey, I know you guys are like liberal stronghold, but yeah, I'm crossing the floor. It's my conviction. It's BS. It's absolute BS. And people say like, but you would like it if it was the other way. No, wouldn't like it if it was the other way around. Because I'm a man of principles. I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. No thanks. Not happening. Screw off. I'm not about that. And I don't care if it's the Conservatives are getting people to cross the floor to them, or the Liberals are going, or they're crossing the floor to whatever, the NDP. I don't care. I don't care. It's absolutely anti-democratic. And when we live in a country when the only democratic means that we have in our country is to vote in the damn elections for our representatives, and then you don't represent us, that's anti-democratic. Absolutely. And I'm talking about this from a riding where, I'll concede that my candidate didn't win, and whatever, it is what it is. But if the liberal that did win here, if he crossed over to the Conservatives, I'd be like, get out of here. Get out of here. Run a by-election. Can't just do that. Rigged elections. Yeah, they're not all rigged. They don't have to be rigged if you just pull guys over like that. It's just unbelievable. But that's where it's going. That's that entirely. Of course, we got the memes, right? National Roast putting it out there for China. Going out against the Americans. Why Canada? Why are you doing it? What's this one? Oh, snap, says Vesper. Michael Ma wiped his Twitter page. I wonder why. What happened? What happened, Michael Ma? What happened, Ma? Hey, Ma! Ma! What happened? Oh, it's just unbelievable. Unreal. I can't believe it. Back to the chat. Welcome back to the chat, folks. The whole Sea of Sky is libtard. Yeah, it is. When they're not voting green in the when they're not voting green in the provincial elections, it's just absolutely trying to demoralize us. Well, that's the point. That would be the point. Yeah, it's China. That's unreal. Fear for his family in China. Yeah, Don't join politics if you're afraid of your family in China. My conviction. That's the what's this? 50 Republican senators not running for re-election because they didn't do right by the people. We're going to get more plumbers in Congress. That's great. That's great. I love seeing what's happening in America for one. Texas, I've been paying a lot more attention to. Like they got rid of Crenshaw. Great. Eye Patch McCain, we were excited about the guy. Turns out he's just another rhino. Crazy. And then they got rid of Tony Gonzalez for your boy, Brendan Herrera. That's awesome. Let's go, Brandon. I can't wait to see him get in. That's going to be fantastic. I don't think the Democrat in that riding has any chance. No way. Yeah, there you go, Brandon Herrera. Absolutely. Yeah, there you go. Demoralize, divide, and conquer. That's it. Clyde, you totally nailed it. Well, thank you, Tamara. I love how he's leaned into that. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, awesome. Ken Paxton, too. Nice. Yeah, the Darwin Awards are great. YouTube doesn't like them, though. It's a hard one. I mean, when you're doing gun content, speaking of gun content, that was something I was leaning in today, because yeah, we got some word. We got some word from what is it? The Canada's top court, the Supreme Court. They're gonna hear about what Canadian taxpayers actually want the court to hear. This even from CBC News. Canada's top court will hear challenges to Liberals' firearms ban. Ban models can no longer be legally used or sold. So this is a court challenge to the banning of these firearms, right? So this is actually pretty important. So the Supreme Court of Canada will hear arguments against the Liberal government's controversial decision to outlaw certain firearms. The top bench said Thursday that it will hear 4 appeals together challenging the Justin Trudeau era policy banning hundreds of makes and models, including the AR-15 and Mini 14. So if you remember, there was that mass shooting in Nova Scotia, which was really sus because it turned out that the shooter was a paid informant by the RCMP in Canada, like hundreds of thousands of dollars paid out in only the type of way that an informant would be paid out. It was really, really sketchy what was going on there. What happened there, right? The government first moved to ban the use, sale, and importation of some 1,500 firearms in May of 2020 in the wake of the Nova Scotia mass killing, the worst in modern Canadian history. The ban has, the ban list has since grown to 2,500 varieties of guns, 2,500 different guns. And I covered it with a bill. What was it? Bill C-21. They had like this haphazard list of firearms that like weird stuff was just getting added to the list. And it was this weird, unprecedented communication between the Biden administration and the Canadian government of things that should never have been shared by the Biden administration, which was awful. And the Canadian government seemed to have gotten their hands on a list of firearms that they shouldn't have had access or purview to, because the whole point of the firearms regulators in the United States, the ATF and the like, we're not supposed to be sharing this information. It was not ever to be shared. And it was the thing that was like the big contentious issue with making a list of firearms makes and all of that stuff, was that it could be shared. If, for example, somebody were to make a firearm for themselves with a FFL licensing, they make a firearm for themselves, and then all of a sudden that firearm's on that list, and then you know about that person and that firearm, maybe it never went into production, but it was a gun that went on the list. And Peter from Edmonton pointing it out, the Buttmaster was on the list. So Serbu, the Serbu Buttmaster, I actually had Serbu on the channel after this, and I was bummed because I got in touch with him. Is his name Mark Serbu? I got in touch with him, and he's like, yeah, I'll come on the show. And then Tucker Carlson scooped me when he was still on Fox, and he's like, oh man, sorry, I can't make the show tonight. I'm going on Tucker Carlson. I'll come on tomorrow. I was like, I understand why. I get it. But I got in touch with him first. Yeah, so the Serbu Buttmaster, for anyone who doesn't know, it was a pen gun that he made, but because he made it and it functioned, he legally had to file it with the FCC, or is it the FFA? He had to file it with the ATF and tell them this is a firearm that I manufactured. It then went in a drawer, and he never touched it for a few decades. It just sat in there, a little 22 caliber thumb gun. He called it the Buttmaster because it was like there's like the Bushmaster. There's all these Bushmasters and stuff. And he had a joke with his friends. He's like, this is a concealable gun because you can put it up your butt. That's how I got the name. And it ended up on the Canadian Bill C-21 to ban firearms. That's how ridiculous this has gotten. This is crazy. The policy has been generally applauded by gun control advocates. And you know what? I am, you'd be surprised, an advocate for gun control, but in a certain way. And that's why I introduced this shirt on the website. Gun control is learning to aim better. That's what gun control is. That's absolutely the idea of gun control. Controlling people's ability to own things, certain things, own property. No, that's just communism. Gun control is learning to aim better. So I put that out on the store. So if you guys want to check that out, go check that out. It's on the store. Get yourself one as well. The link is in the description down below. Go get you one. We got all kinds of other shirts on the store as well. Come out with some clever designs from time to time. But yeah, the gun control is learning to aim better is one of my favorites. And that's why I'm wearing it tonight, because yeah, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So this is a challenge that's coming to the Supreme Court. And because of this, we're getting lots of news on this. So this was from CCFR, the only effective gun lobby in Canada. A game changer. The Supreme Court announced last Thursday that they would hear the CCFR versus Canada, the court challenge against the gun ban. If successful, it would turn the tables on the gun grab. But if you're not, but not if you've already surrendered your guns. If you gave them away, they're gone. They gone. But here's the thing. The gun grab can't happen if your guns aren't illegal. This court challenge could overturn the government's ability to just mass blanket make these things illegal. That's the great thing about it. It's fantastic. Here's Tracy Wilson. She was on Fox News talking about this.
Supreme Court hears very few cases that are brought in front of it. In fact, only about 6%. So we had a 94% chance that we were done.
Right.
So the good news is we're not done. We still have skin in the game. The Supreme Court could have very easily held up the decision of the lower court. But because they didn't, that means that because they're going to hear us, that means there's something in there that they're interested in.
Okay.
So this is going to set a precedent. And the question that all Canadians should want the answer to is, can the government step into your life, despite you doing nothing to deserve it, and take your property against your will? And we need to know if they can do that.
And tell me, Tracy, when your lawyers get into court, what is going to be the argument they're going to advance as to why this firearms legislation should be struck down?
Well, there's a couple of angles here. Number one, the use of an OIC, an order in council, basically like an executive order from the state. is not the appropriate way to do this. If the Liberals wanted to do it, they should have followed the proper parliamentary process, put it through legislation. You'd have debate in the House, hear from witnesses, study it at committee, and most importantly, MPs would vote on it. That's democracy, and Canadians deserve it. They evaded that by using an OIC, and that's illegal.
And you know, this whole gun
That's
grab,
illegal.
Tracy, as you know, it dates back essentially to May 2020.
Yes.
We had that horrific mass murder in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, and they're gonna soak that one up as much as they possibly can. Here's the Sri Lankan squirrel. I don't even know how to pronounce the guy's name. Anana Sangari. I don't know. I'm not gonna even keep trying. This is just unbelievable. The $1 billion failure. Public safety minister confronted over door-to-door gun seizures that they're not going to be able to pull off.
Thank you, Minister, and witnesses for being here. Minister, the declaration period for firearms owners is scheduled to end next week. So far, only 2.5% of the estimated 2 million affected firearms have been declared, and 98% of firearms owners haven't made a declaration.
98% of firearms owners have not even made a declaration. They're not even interested in talking to you, government. That's exactly it. That gives me hope for Canada, man. That gives me hope of people just saying, nah, no, I'm not going to comply. I'm not going to comply with that. Forget it. Forget you and forget that. Screw that noise. Gary Alphabet has shit for brains. Theodore. Okay, that's funny. Oh, okay. Yeah, 98% of Canadians, law-abiding firearms owners. I mean, how many criminals have signed up for this?
So if they're not declaring by next week, what's your plan, Minister?
So if you will recall, the number of prohibited firearms are far less than I think your number indicates. We have...
You only think that there's that many less, and that's because you can't count them because nobody's come forward telling you that they have them. That's the problem.
Over 26,000 individuals representing over 50, I believe 2,000 firearms that have been declared, prohibited firearms that have been declared. And the plan we have is as of March the 31st, the time to complete the enrollment will be done, and then the RCMP and other agencies will be available throughout the spring and the summer to do the collection.
So, Minister, you're saying that RCMP members, we just heard an Auditor General report saying we're short 3,400 members. We're dealing with a wave of violent crime across this country. And you're saying that your plan is over the spring and the summer to deploy RCMP officers to go door to door to firearms owners and seize their firearms?
So this is a voluntary program, Mr. Lloyd, as you're aware.
It's a voluntary gun confiscation program. Get out of here. Quit fooling people. You're not, nobody's fooled by this. It's a voluntary gun. It was just like the voluntary masking, voluntary vaccination program that they did. Justin Trudeau even came out, and even though there was pressure, it was never mandated. Like, nobody was ever forced to vaccinate in Canada. That never happened. No, get out of here. Voluntary.
Where and the RCMP resources and the resources we will use with law enforcement does not contemplate in any way using existing resources. These are additional resources. So these are those who are off duty, those who may be retired. Quebec, for example, SQ, for example, has their own mechanism. But let me be very clear, it is in no way to take away from existing police resources. The resources that we have available contemplate that individuals who are off duty, and I can ask if you want the commissioner to comment on it, I can ask him to do that.
Minister, I just find that very concerning that we're going to be sending police officers door to door because, frankly, many police forces across the country are refusing to participate in your program. And I think they have very good reasons to not want to participate in this program. And and putting people who are no longer serving as RCMP officers going door to door. Are you not concerned about this at all, Minister?
Well, I think you may not understand the full extent of the program, Mr. Lloyd. It's not a door-to-door program. It is a mobile collection will occur. So individuals will be bringing forth prohibited firearms.
The people that have declared, Minister?
There are people who've declared.
What about the people who haven't declared?
Well,
it's not door to door. It's mobile action. Oh, get off of it. This is too funny. What?
The program that we have in place is voluntary, strictly voluntary. So they're not compelled to take part in the program.
Yeah, but pull an off-color meme. Oh, I like that. Pull an off-color meme and go to jail. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Man, Canada is just in the toilet bowl. And people voted for this crap. It's just insane.
Though compliance with the law is not voluntary. And that, as you're aware, as of October the 31st or 30th of this year, the amnesty that was extended expires.
So after that amnesty expires, what's your government's plan?
We're going to get your guns. We're going to come get them.
For those firearms owners that might still be in possession of these firearms?
Every police jurisdiction will, as you're aware, need to enforce the law. Canada is a rule of law country, one that requires adherence to the law.
Minister, you know, a few years ago, I had your predecessor, Minister Mendicino, here, and I asked him if your government had conducted any studies to show that this firearm confiscation program would do anything to reduce crime in this country. At the time, they didn't have any studies. The government hadn't produced any papers or research to show that this would do anything to reduce crime. In fact, in a 2018 engagement paper, your own department stated that based on international...
Okay, I gotta pause this because there was something that I saw recently on this. It was this on the CCFR's Twitter feed. This just in. What is this? None of it. Tungavik. In who cares? Whatever. None of it something. I want none of the rest of your name. None of it. Just in. None of it called on the feds to extend the firearm amnesty in none of it for 5 more years. They also want exemption from Bill C-21 to keep quickly reloading rifles, which are essential. Quickly reloading rifles. Rifles with detachable magazines. That's what it is. Like just that shit. Which are essential for deterring predators. What? You mean the polar bears that are in way too high numbers because we stopped harvesting them? We're not allowed to do that anymore because of the damn environmentalists that propagandized us for years. Harvesting fast-moving wildlife and reducing food insecurity. The resolution also urges that the government explore evidence-based alternatives that allow Nunavut Inuit to protect, feed their families, and exercise constitutionally protected harvesting rights. This is, I'm just going to come out and say it. This is something I hate about Canadian attitudes. This is something that happens in Canada all too often, and it's just such a cop-out. It's such a cop-out because instead of just fighting for rights, you get special groups that'll say, can you give me a carve-out? Can I have a carve-out? I know there's a law, but I want you to make a special exemption for me and my small group. Instead of just saying, no, we're going to join the rest of them and fight for this. And then they'll get their little carve-out, and then you have a nation of laws with exceptions for all of the laws for all of the different people. You gotta ride a motor. If you're gonna ride a motorcycle, you gotta wear a DOT approved helmet. But we made exceptions for people that wear turbans. Instead of just changing the law, you carve out an exception. You're not allowed to carry a knife that's bigger than but unless it's a religious or a cultural dagger of some sort or whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm Scottish and I was in the pipe band and I used to keep a dagger in my. No, that's illegal. But didn't we make carve-outs for... No, your group didn't make a carve-out. Can we make a Nope. What? It's insane. I can't accept this. I can't accept this at all. Natives, if you want the law to go in the direction that you want it to go, fight with everybody else for your damn rights. Stop asking for damn carve-outs, because the liberals love this. Liberals love to do specific little carve-outs because it breaks society into little groups of other people instead of a whole nation of individuals with protected rights. You're a bunch of different groups with different little protections that are carved out for your weaselly little group. And I absolutely hate this. It's the worst. And you get it with every little minority group that forms themselves a minority group out of whatever, whether you're Native or Indian or the other kind of Indian or gay or whatever. There's all these like carve outs for special groups instead of just everybody lives under the same group, same set of laws. It drives me freaking nuts. So yeah, that's my little anger rant for the night. I'm part Native and I'm with you. Yes. No, because that's all it does. That's all it does is it pits people against each other. Well, okay, you're allowed to do that, but do you have a status card that shows that you're allowed to do that? Screw off. It should just be your passport, your citizenship. That's it. Everyone under this nation that's an individual should follow all the laws of the nation. No special privileges, no special rights, no special carve-outs, no nothing. If you don't like the rules, if you don't like the law, fight with everybody else to get those things repealed instead of getting just for your little group. So this pisses me off. And I'm not mad at the CCFR for reporting on it, because obviously they're just reporting on it. But that pisses me off. Like, screw you, none of it. I hope you get none of it. I hope you get none of it. Honestly, I hope you get none of it when it comes to these special carve-outs. I hope that you get what every other Canadian gets to deal with. And if you want to join the fight, join the fight. End of story. Anyway, part of the fight is protecting yourself. So, the Conservatives are trying to make it so you're allowed to protect yourself without going to jail for the rest of your life for, I don't know, defending your family in the middle of the night when an intruder comes in. And they shot it down. And then there was this question thing. I'm just going to let it play. Have a listen to this.
Is this castle law? Like, how does this differ than what we see in the States? Because I think a lot of Canadians would look at this proposal and say, did the Conservatives want to bring castle law into Canada?
No, I mean, self-defense is already in part of the criminal code in Canada. And what this bill does, it just clarifies the standards for self-defense. So the bill, you will see in the bill, it says that when someone has knowingly and unlawfully entered your home, so they're inside of your home, then the force that you use, that you deem reasonable at that moment in time, and what you need to defend yourselves and your family is considered reasonable, unless there's evidence that says otherwise.
I just want to chime in on this real quick. So in Canada, there is castle law. There's castle doctrine. There's no, what would it be? How would you define this? You're not required to flee your home. If someone comes into your home and attacks you, you're not required to flee your home. And that's kind of the castle doctrine. Now, where it gets hairy is if you defend yourself, you're likely to get off on any crimes if a police officer were to, prosecute you for assault with a deadly weapon or anything like that. You're likely to win that case. The problem in Canada is that police officers are quick to just lay charges. And that's the problem. There should be a lot more discretionary power on the police officers, because the police officers are generally in Canada nervous about getting in crap themselves. So what do? They play it safe and they press charges on everybody in the situation. Even the guy who was just in bed and woke up to an intruder attacking him and his family, and he bludgeoned the other guy to meet his maker kind of thing. And that's the thing. The police will charge you. And then you'll go to court, you'll be acquitted, but it'll take 3 to 5 to 7 years. It'll cost you your life savings and probably your career, probably your marriage, a bunch of other things. And that's not great. That's not great at all. So yeah, we're getting into castle doctrine. Where was I supposed to go with this? I was going somewhere else entirely. That's where I was gonna go with this. Let's start off with this because this is the I don't even know how to segue to this, but this is probably the best segue to go into my next segment where I'm going to bring in a couple of guests and they're lovely people. And they don't do this, but this just introduce you to the Toronto mayor, everybody. This is the mayor of Toronto. Made it famous on Libs and Tech Talk. This is the mayor of Toronto. This is real. And the oh man. Now let's not forget the Toronto mayor is not a seat that is exempt from crazy people or substance abusers, that kind of thing. Good old Doug Ford's brother, Rob Ford, was the mayor of Toronto, and he had a recreational crack addiction. He did that. That's Toronto's mayor right there, folks. I had to see it. Now you have to see it. Enjoy the nightmares. Enjoy the nightmares, folks. But the comments in this are just absolutely priceless. Until you find out, wait until you find out who her rub and tug husband deceased was. The former leader of the NDP. That's right. For the love of God, when will this occur? I'm Canadian, and this is 100% a real photo. Oh man! Do not zoom in. Do not follow the little white cord. I gotta skip past that. You can't show that stuff. Here we got this is one of the previous mayors of Toronto, yeah, with his crack pipe, enjoying some time. If we got some speeches from can't view that, just scroll right past that one. This is teachers in Ontario. That's the thing. We've got that's some of the reactions. There's a great reaction right there. Where was one of his? There we go. Here we go. This is Olivia Chow.
Anyway, I support the Palestinian people right to go to the Jewish neighborhood and make the Jew feel very scared. That is what I support because I'm a liberal. I'm a liberal. And you know what a liberal do? We destroy the economy. We make everybody impoverished. And then we make sure all the homeless people doing drugs in front of the children and make sure all the school teaching the children how to be a homosexual and make sure they all teach about the transgender. So that is what important to me. And make sure we have enough subway car for all the poor people to travel around the city, going from homosexual to Palestinian protests and so on and so forth. Anyway, I support the Palestinian people, right?
So that's comedian Ben Bankus doing his famous voiceovers for Olivia Chow. But I wanted to get into this because we're going to talk about a story. I don't know if I have it queued here. Let me pull it up. So there's a story that happened this week, and my buddy covered it. And I got a few people that want to come in and talk about it. This is Didsbury passes a bylaw to ban decorative flags, crosswalks from government land. And I think this is a step in the right direction. And people are losing their absolute rocker on this one. They're losing their minds because you just got to have that decorative crosswalk. You gotta make sure that everything in your community is a little bit gay or trans or something. So I thought, why not bring in my favorite resident gay into the chat and talk about this in particular. How am I going to do this? Okay, hold on a second. I'll bring that off to the side, and we're getting into it here. Jack, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Your favorite resident gay, hey?
You're my favorite resident gay. Was that a good introduction?
That was a good introduction. Right after Olivia Chow and that magical white cord. That's just disgusting.
You're not hearing yourself back, are you? I want to make sure that that's all good. I'm trying some new audio stuff. Are you hearing yourself back?
No, I'm not hearing myself back at all. And I know that I'm turned side. I'm horizontal instead of vertical. I think I said that right. But I look terrible this way, so I did this way. So
you're vertical.
Yeah.
Flip it to the side. And
no,
trust me, it looks better.
It's terrible. You can see then I have to rearrange everything. No.
Okay, you're not doing it. Fair enough. So you did a story on this. So you covered this on this.
Yeah.
On this clip. I mean, should I show the video? Hold on.
The one I did? If you want to, sure.
It's on your X, right?
It's also on my Insta. So
Instagram. Okay, yeah. Instagram's a pain to share.
Oh,
so I'll pop it up here. So for everyone who doesn't know Jack is Jack Decker, good friend of mine, and creator in the X space, and now Instagram, and you're gonna be soon to YouTube. I've been bugging you to get over to YouTube. So let's get this up.
Yeah, I'll be on YouTube here pretty quick. I just gotta do one or two things to get YouTube organized. I'm not very tech savvy. Once I learned how to make reels and all that, though, it was really fun. So I've just been kind of going crazy with that stuff. Probably infringing upon many a copyright law, but whatever, it's okay. That's what we do. So.
Okay, I got to do this a different way because now we have more in the room here. Share screen, pop it up here, share. So this one caught my attention. I thought this is hilarious. It's in vertical mode because I don't know, mobile crap, but have a look, everybody.
Oh God, here we go again. The bylaw does not ban anything. It does not ban expression of any kind. Residents of Didsbury remain completely free to express their views, values, and identities however they choose.
That's right. The small town of Didsbury, Alberta has decided to take away the pride crosswalks and stop flying pride flags on government buildings. Now, before everybody freaks out, too late. Everybody calm down. It's okay. It'll be all right.
I want to be clear about something. This council will make decisions based on what we believe is fair, reasonable, and in the best interest of the entire community.
But it makes LGBTQ plus people feel safer. Safer from what? Traffic lights and stop signs don't care about your identity.
How dare you!
I know they're thinking, come on, it shows visibility and inclusion and supports everyone. Supports everyone? Last I checked, crosswalks are there to make sure that you get across the street safely. Black, white, tall, short, pink, purple, gay, straight. Paint don't discriminate. The rules are the same. Stop, look both ways, and don't get hit by a bus. It's a crosswalk.
Okay, I started getting a call right at the end of that.
I heard that. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't put that sound effect in there.
No, that was my phone. Drew knows that I live stream, but he calls me anyway right when I'm live streaming most of the time. So here's the story. What's the name of the town? It's called Didsbury. Passes a bylaw to ban decorative flags, crosswalks from government land. So that means the gay crosswalks that everybody's
the rainbow
grown accustomed to see.
Yeah.
And what? There's backlash? Like,
yeah,
for one, I'm kind of
there's
relieved.
backlash. Yeah. There's different groups and organizations around Alberta claiming that they're being erased, that their existence is not valid, and that they're going on and on about it. So it was pretty funny. I've seen a lot of the backlash happen. So and
they're being erased.
Yeah, erased, like because the crosswalk's not there.
So I'll tell you one thing. Like, and every time I go into a place and I see the sign that says "All people welcome here," and it's got the rainbow flag, and it's got the chevron on it.
Yeah.
So like it's got the trans and all of that stuff. It's not just the classic rainbow flag.
Yeah.
And it says all people are welcome here. All I see is except Christians. Like, that's what I see. And
I know.
For me, it feels like an exclusionary thing. It feels like somebody saying like in sort of a weird passive aggressive way, like we accept everybody except it's like whatever, like the no homers club. Like you're not allowed, but not you. Not you. And people that politically don't align with us.
Yeah. No, I know. No, I see it a lot too. It's kind of it's redundant. It's pointless. Like what, before that sticker went up, nobody was allowed in there. Like you had different rules. Like these people couldn't show up. Like we accept everyone now. Like, what do you mean? Before, didn't you?
So let's get down to it. So like you've dealt with it for a lot of years. You're a gay man. You're not like a teenager, you know. So you've dealt with it since what? I don't want to date you, but like back to the 80s maybe. You've been.
Thanks.
I mean, I don't know how to be sensitive to that. I how to insult people and do it in a funny way.
No, you're totally fine, Clyde. Whatever.
Okay, so you've been dealing with that since like way back. You know what real gay bashing is and all of that stuff. Like people targeting you, coming after you. Like, what do you sense in today's culture? Because like, there's all of this stuff like we're being erased and we're not being respected and like not even just like we're not being respected. Like people are targeting us. Is anyone in the gay community getting targeted? Like,
no, I see a lot of straight people getting targeted.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I see a lot of my straight friends getting targeted and having their jobs threatened and their, you know, even some of them their lives threatened. I see a lot of people, instead of trying to pointing out bigotry, they're trying to find things to be that they can label you as a bigot for. Like, you know what this is like. Everybody's on this big tangent, and it's gone past the point of reason. It's now to the point where it's being so thrown in your face that everybody's just really, really tired of it. So I feel like it's my job as someone who's vocal on social media to step out and go, okay, everybody just calm the fuck down. You're all acting crazy. Oh, can I swear on your show? Sorry.
Yeah. It's Friday. It's live. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, we're live.
It is one of those.
It's pretty crazy. So, no, but I lived through actual bad homophobia and things like that. I hate using
like
words
the
like that
actual
now,
thing,
too.
like people actually coming to attack you and wanting to beat you up and stuff like that.
Yeah. I remember, God, when I was young in the 80s, just date myself. I used to have to hide at school dances because people would try to beat me up. I didn't even know I was gay back then. I just knew I was different, right?
You just knew you loved ABBA, and so you went to the dances.
I love Madonna. Why does everybody think I'm gay? But it was pretty bad.
Way too funny.
Clyde fainted. That was fun.
No, I had to like move my audio. I've been screwing around with this. I got this new audio interface, and it's like it's a nightmare because my computer doesn't know how to accept it as its personal audio interface and savior. I don't know. Like it won't do it. And every time I keep running into new situations, so I had to plug into something else to hear you correctly. And so that works better for me. That's great.
That's really funny because you know all about this technical stuff. As you know, I always call you, what does this mean? What does this mean? I literally, my studio is not like yours or any of the big producers of shows. I have a phone.
Yeah, you got a phone.
That's it.
Make it work, man. Make it work. And that's great. I love that. I love that you can just make that work. And speaking of making it work, I got another friend that's joining the show tonight, and hopefully she's ready. I can see her like musing around. Okay, she's waving. So another friend of mine, she has gone through the ringer of all kinds of stuff. She used to work for, we'll find out, Global News. She used to work in the mainstream media, and she got the can for being too expressive about her opinions. And we'll let her fill in the rest of the blanks there. Welcome to the show, Anita K.
Hi, Clyde. How are you?
Good. Do you know Jack?
I don't, but I'll get to know him now. Hello, Jack.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, good. And don't worry about being young in the 80s. I was too.
Good.
We were all young in the Clyde, but you're the youngest.
Am I the youngest?
I think are you in your 30s?
Well, I was born in the 80s.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
I was a child in the 80s, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, what's going on? You're doing a live stream and
Yeah. So we're doing a live stream, and I just wanted to bring people in to chat. So Friday nights originally started off as this kind of event that I would put on just to chat with the audience. So just to get in touch. So like keep an eye on the chat, because there's a lot of people watching right now, and they're chit chatting with us. So keep that in mind. But it was kind of like, I do news every morning. I do the shorts every day. I do stories every single day. And I just wanted to kind of give back to the community, but also have a moment where everybody can kind of decompress. And that was really what it came down to. It was like, a lot of these stories are pretty serious. And at the end of the day, I want to show people that I'm not always a serious guy. In fact, most of the time, I'm not much of a serious guy. Like, I like to joke around.
Yeah.
And I'm give me that look.
He's giving you that look. Well, actually,
is what I need to be, but it's not. I'm not always on 100%, right? Like, I like to joke around. I have friends, and I want to share that with everybody.
That's nice. You know what? I don't really live stream that often, but I just finished a live stream with 2 other podcasters, and we had a good time laughing, joking around, making jokes, and just sort of, letting loose, right? Because the world is heavy. Man, oh man, the world is really heavy. And it's nice to have a bit of levity and laughs. And I'm really goofy too. And the thing is, Clyde and I don't work together as much as sometimes we hang out together. I mean, like, we're kind of friends, right? Like, yeah, so we have a group of friends, but we sometimes don't work together, but we like, I don't know, we have a nice little group of friends. We have a little,
I'm gonna miss y'all when I go to Texas, because that's happening too soon. Very soon.
It's coming up so soon, and we're totally gonna miss you. You've just been this friggin' foundational rock podcaster.
I'm not your rock. No, you guys are the best. You guys are all fun. So every like month or so, we try to get together and we do stuff. The 11th, are you gonna come shooting?
No.
What?
No, I don't do that. I'm not. I am gonna be in Idaho.
Oh, that's right. You're going shooting with your sister.
I'm gonna go shooting with my cousin. She lives on she has her partner has a ranch or something, or not a ranch. I don't know. We're like a shooting thing on the thing, but I'm not gonna shoot. My boys will shoot, right? So anyway, where's
shoot, Anita? You'll never appreciate it until you actually go shoot.
Really?
Yeah. I encourage, especially the ladies. The ladies are always hesitant. Well, not always hesitant, but like so many are hesitant, and then they like, oh, it's not really my thing. The boys can do that. And then you get a gun in their hand, and then they, nervous at first. Bang, bang. Holy crap, this is the best thing in the world.
Really? Wow.
This is all I ever want to do. This is all I want to do.
Okay. I'll turn into like Scarlett Johansson or something, right? In one of her movies or something like that. Jack, do you shoot?
Guns?
I don't want to know, man. I'm going to stay away from that one for sure. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from the resident gay.
That was funny. Oh Lord. No. Okay. Well, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. I don't have any intention on doing it, but yeah, my little cousin is.
Jevon just added a comment saying women are quite often a better shot than men, and this is this is actually accurate. And the reason why is because men anticipate far too much. So a big thing is like anticipating recoil. So when you anticipate recoil, especially with handguns, a lot of times you squeeze into it and then your shot goes low.
Well, I hate when that happens.
Well,
no.
Come on. So, any good firearms instructor or any good shooting instructor will tell you when you pull the trigger, when you squeeze the trigger, you want to let it surprise you.
Oh, okay. But men anticipate. Mm.
Women are just better at that, like just allowing things to just happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Letting
said
it
it.
happen.
Not
Yeah,
me.
I said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. Well, I'll let you know. I'll live stream that if I do that. I'll do some vlogging when I go to Idaho, because who goes to Idaho? Nobody really goes there, right? I'm going there because I have a lovely cousin there, and it's going to be great. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, apparently Idaho is actually looking for a lot of tradespeople. So I had a friend of mine. He went to a trades conference in, I believe it was Seattle, and he was down at this trades conference for machine work.
Yeah.
And he told me there was a guy who was a scout from like the government of Idaho, trying to scout people for local businesses in Idaho because they just don't have enough tradespeople.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he met this guy who was a Canadian guy, and he's like, "Hey, do you think like Canadians might want to come to Idaho and work here too?" And yeah, I mean, it's enticing for a lot of people, especially a lot of Canadians that, like, you know, they live in a town where it started getting a little too busy or whatever, and like, maybe I'll move to Idaho.
You did a whole video on that.
Yes.
Right, with the tradesmen and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
That's right. A lot of people are being enticed to go down to the United States. And my job, I find that this is my job because as a fellow tradesman, I'm a Red Seal auto tech in Canada, moving to the US. I want to, because I know there's a lot of Red Seal guys in Canada that want out. I feel it because I feel like a brotherhood with tradesmen. It's like I got to stick up for my guys. So, you know, if there's guys that want to move down to the US, I'm going to make myself available to try to make that possible for them. I'm not just going to like uptail and run and be like, "So long, suckers. I hope the best for you." You know, no, I'm actually going to help people out.
Well, that's good. It is difficult to get the green card or the paperwork or to emigrate there for a lot of Canadians. I think if you're not American, I think it is difficult to just work. But you know, there's always ways and means, I guess, right? I don't know, but it is different. Like for someone like me, I can't just rock up there and work. ICE would get me and then throw me out, right? And
I'd be tossed out.
You got the complexity for it.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Are you
legal here?"
My mom is like, "Is ICE going to get us?" You know, I'm like, "No, Mom, you're going to be absolutely fine, right?" But the thing is, we can't just rock up there and work as a Canadian. You can't. And I think people don't understand that. We have a border. If you're an alien, and the way it was under Biden, alien, people don't like that word, but you come up through the southern border, and you come up, and there's no nothing. You're hardly processed, and then you're allowed into the country. And so many came in that way, which is a mistake. Then why do you even have a border, a country, a flag? Why? Right? That's the huge problem.
I got a comment from Yukon J. Yukon J is I actually met him. He's been following the channel for a while. He came out to one of the Marty and Clyde meetups from Yukon. He came on. He must have been. It was one on one of his trips. But for 5 says, as a redneck conservative Catholic, British cigarette, meaning he's a fag, identifying man.
Right.
I wish people would stop advocating on my behalf for things that I don't care for. And
oh, is this
no, he's talking about the conversation beforehand about about the crosswalks and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, Yukon's right. Yeah.
So as a gay guy, I mean, I hear that a lot of the gay community is very annoyed with all this woke stuff. I mean, and what do you feel about it? Like everywhere you go, there's a map flag and there's a rainbow on the crosswalk. And do you feel like you're like, excuse me, like I didn't ask for this. We were fine. Like, what is your feeling about that?
I feel like we've been taken over. Like our whole movement had been hijacked. We got everything that we had asked for as gays and lesbians, right, and bisexuals. We got everything we wanted. And then suddenly we've been hijacked by this whole movement. This is how I feel. And a lot of people feel the same way. that it's just been taken over. It has nothing to do with us now. As a matter of fact, we're being excluded from it. And we're actually, there's people, you see them in different communities and such saying, well, if you don't date a trans person, you're transphobic. So I don't know.
That's absurd.
Oh, it's completely absurd. I mean, if I was to date somebody,
if you don't date men as a man, are you homophobic? That doesn't that's
Well,
the
yeah.
logic, right? It doesn't
And-
make any sense.
No, not at all. And that's kind of the direction it's going. So it doesn't represent a lot of us. A lot of us, it doesn't. And we do get really, really tired of people trying to talk for us and say that we want this, we want that. But unfortunately, the MSM here in Canada, of course, is pushing those people because they have extremely loud voices and they come from these little pockets of communities where they just scream and shout and they get all the news. And the rest of us are just like, oh, well, you got to be just like them. And I'd noticed that actually on my Insta, people assume that because, I'm gay, that I'm part of the queer community, which I am not part of that. Like that is not, for myself, there's a big difference between being gay and being queer. So,
Explain it.
Well, gay, obviously, attracted to same sex, right? Sexual preference.
So it's an orientation.
Yeah. So queer is this kind of big umbrella, and underneath this umbrella is everybody. You don't even have to be gay to be under this umbrella. You just, identify as a this or a they them or you're trans or you're a cross-dresser that thinks he's a woman and walking around in the street all the time, and so that's the umbrella that I don't want to be under, right? And that's a lot of us. We've made the distinction of we don't want to be part of that anymore, and not that we ever were, but we want out of it. So we've been making ourselves more and more vocal about it. So
what do you think about shop talk, though? Yeah, I'm curious about it. So what do you think about shop talk? Because between me and my fellow tradesmen, maybe not all of them, because some of them have sand in their vaginas or whatever. But sorry, it's Friday. So we'll send each other funny reels and stuff, saying you're gay, things like that. Some people get offended by that. What's your thoughts on that when guys are poking at each other saying oh, you're gay, you're a homo, that kind of thing? What's your take on that?
It doesn't bother me.
Some gays don't like that word.
Yeah.
Which word?
If I had a gay friend who I was oh my God, this is totally gay, right? If I used to say that, he'd be don't say that.
Oh,
he didn't like using gay as an adjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like. Yeah.
Well, stop calling homosexuality gay, because wasn't it happy in the first place?
It was happy. It was.
It was happy. Yeah, way back in the day. I saw that South Park episode, and that just made total sense to me.
The bikers.
Yeah.
Go home, fags.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people. Maybe when I was younger. I think it's a generational thing as well. I mean, us, the olders, the OGs, old gays, we all we understand. And we've been through it, and we lived through it. We went through all this stuff. Some of us lost our jobs because we were gay, all that stuff, right? So all the stuff that happened to us, right? And so now it's kind of like water off a duck's back. It doesn't really bother us. Whereas the younger generation that's even more radicalized, and I've ever seen them in my entire lives, and they are so they're like robots, and it's very scary sometimes for them. But they get really upset at the slightest thing. I've seen them just go at someone for looking at them wrong. It's actually a friend of mine. She went to the bar, which I can't go into because I'm barred from all of them. So that's another story.
You are? Okay, that's
yeah.
Okay.
But she went there, and she's straight, and she was talking to someone, and she called them, he. Well, he didn't identify as he, and freaked out on her and totally embarrassed her right there in front of all these people. And so, of course, she was totally embarrassed. She's like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. But she told me about it. And I said, that's horrible. I said, I don't know where they're getting in their heads that they can act like that and just be a complete and total asshole to everybody. Like it's not right.
These people act so entitled. This certain
yeah.
generation, don't they? And they're taught to be triggered. They're taught to be offended by everything. Honestly, I'm Indian, right? You can tell I'm not white. And you know what? People don't know my race, and people don't know if I'm Punjabi, Gujarati. Some people think I'm Ismaili. Some people think I'm Persian. You don't know what the hell I am. I'm a Fijian Indian. If you call me East Indian and I go, oh, I don't identify like that.
It's true. You're
what
right.
What kind of asshole would I be? I'm like, okay, you don't know my race. And for the girl even to feel bad, that's what we got to flip on its head. We can't sit there and tell this generation, you're supposed to tiptoe around these people and feel bad. But that's what they teach you in school, right?
It is.
This young people.
So I have a different outlook on this whole thing. So like, I don't have to associate with people that I don't like. So, you know, and the kind of people I don't like are people who are busybodies telling me what I should say and what I shouldn't say. So if my first interaction with you is, you know, oh, excuse me, you don't address me like that, you address me like this, it's like, how about I don't address you at all?
Yeah.
Well, and that's
cool.
the point, bro. That's the point.
Goodbye. Goodbye, whatever you think you are.
Whatever the heck that is. Right?
Yeah, like goodbye. I'm not dealing with you.
That's honestly the point that everybody's at now. Everybody's just like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Everybody's starting to push back now and realize that, you know, there are some of them were afraid to get canceled. Some of them are afraid to say anything, you know. And now I think because of the entire social climate of Canada, nobody cares now. They're just pushing back and saying, okay, you know what? I don't care what you are. Like, I really don't. And for you to try to sit there and try to shame me because I don't care. Like, you want to be a lamp? Fantastic. Let me screw a light bulb up your ass. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
listen, we don't want to know what you do on a Friday night. Okay. Okay. I didn't ask what you got up to after this. But are people, are they going, hey, I don't care? Or are they going, oh my God, I'm so sorry? Probably 50.
Well, it's half. Well, it's not half and half. It's a little bit more. I don't care now.
Oh, good.
There's more people saying I don't care. Like it's just, well, here in Alberta anyway, right? But there are still people that are like scared to say anything. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize, and blah 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 blah. And it's just, and I, you know, and it's not up to those people to feel bad. Just like you were saying, it's not up to them to feel bad. Like it shouldn't feel bad. Like
you shouldn't feel bad. But like Clyde, you're not cut from that cloth. Like you're just not built like that to worry about that. Yeah. And I'm not built like that. But a lot of society is built like that, where they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. That's partially because we're Canadian and partially because we're told to be like that. We got to get to the point where more of society is not cut from that cloth, where they're like, excuse me, you're ridiculous.
Yes. I'm from the cloth. Like, so as a tradesman, this is something that we learn, is like when you're first cutting your teeth or you're getting into the trades, you get made fun of a lot, right? And because when you're the new guy on the scene and you don't know a lot, you're relying heavily on your mentors and the people that are teaching you how to do the job, and they're constantly getting on you, constantly getting on you, saying shit to you. And you know, things have mellowed out lately because kids just can't handle it, I guess. But like I had it hard, and it doesn't mean I have to give it hard to the next generation, but it's kind of like it's a rite of passage. Like if you can't handle some of the like dynamics,
it's a rite of passage.
Well, if you can't handle some of the dynamics in the shop, then you're not going to handle when the stress really hits, right? When the stress really hits of the you know, you've got a deadline, you've got to get that card done, and you got to get it. Like, we don't want you to sit down and cry on the floor. Like, we want you to be able to react to it. So we rib you. And the thing is, as soon as something gets under your skin, that's your nickname for the next 20 freaking years. So like you make sure nothing gets under your skin, or you'll be known for that thing, right? That's how it is.
That's so true. When I first came out in the scene and wanted to do drag, I did drag way back then. Okay. But when I wanted to do all that, the old queens ripped us like you wouldn't believe, like did the most horrible things to you, and sharpen their claws on you and everything, right? They would make your record or tapes. Oh, I just aged myself. Great. They'd make
Listen, the secret's out. We know.
Totally. But they were horrible. They were horrible to you. And that nickname, whatever got under your skin, that's who you were, right? And so that's what it was. But now it's really funny because this generation that's come out now, my generation seems to, like, part of them are just so, we've got to take care of these people and accept them and make sure that they understand and just blah, 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 blah. No, fucking slap them upside the head and say, oh my God, grow up. Like, I remember being in a car once with a drag queen, and we'd finished doing a show, and we're in the McDonald's drive-thru, and there are guys like, what do you want? And I just, in your own voice, right? Because you just talk like yourself because you're a boy in a dress. And so you just sat there and said, this is what I want. And then we said to this brand new queen in the back, we said, what do you want? He goes, I'd like a fries and a Coca-Cola. And I spun around so fast. I said, what the fuck are you talking like that for?
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't we talk like women? No, we're boys. What are you doing?
Oh, you're dudes in dresses. That's what it is.
And that was the funny thing. We used to call it out. Like, we all used to call it out all the time and just say, no, are you crazy? What are you acting like that for? But now they've got this whole thing in their heads where they have to be inclusive and to make sure everybody's okay, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think I got more to talk about on that, but I gotta get some of these chats. Give me a second here. So Javelin Blue for 2 said, would you let me be your BB? I have no idea what that means. Does you guys know what that means?
You're referring to BB? Yet Netanyahu's or something else? Would you let me your BB?
Would you let me your BB? I don't know.
Would you let me your BB?
Gem Jam for 2 says, Clyde, you don't forget about us when you move. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't forget about you guys. I'm not gonna forget about my tradies.
Forget about me.
Copyright strike. The stream's done. So the other thing, I did see another comment saying, like, what about us tradesmen that don't have tickets? That's something that's going to be allowable. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. You're not going to have a certificate. It's about your length of time in that trade and experience. If you can document where you worked, who you worked for, references, these kinds of things, that can be definitely beneficial for you. So keep that in mind. Another one from Javelin Blue for 5 says, yeah, I'm a Christian. Definitely disagree with that lifestyle, but ain't firing you for being gay. Like, that's yeah. I mean, that's what being, like, not a retard is.
Yeah, like, live and let live.
If you're good at a job, like, who cares, right? If you're the right guy for the job, who cares what you do in your personal time?
Yeah.
I don't personally like.
It's literally not the first thing not anybody that I know. It's not who we are. You know, it's such a small part of our lives. It's probably the least interesting thing about me. So, like, if I do my job, I do it very well. You know, that's what people care about. You know, it's not like it was.
I just know that you watch Golden Girls before bed. Like, that's just a thing.
I freaking love that show.
Every one of you do. Every one of you do.
Everyone in this generation loved that show. And I'm old enough to remember Soap. Do you remember Soap?
Oh, I remember Soap. That was such a good show.
That was such a.
Is that an Indian joke?
No, Soap. They don't. Yes. So. It's gonna make a joke.
You're a terrible person, Clyde.
Yeah, look where his mind goes, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Listen,
I loved what
Soap. The same creators of the Golden Girls did Soap, and Soap was like Soap was a parody of a soap opera.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was funny. It was
so good.
Well written. It was a really good show. Any Gen Xer will remember that show. And I still have a Golden Girls T-shirt and stuff like that. But anyway,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys always bug me, like, because we'll go on to Discord after and chat away and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm going to bed. And then Peter, a friend of ours that is probably in the chat right now,
He's
always
in the chat.
like,
yeah, he's one of my top moderators.
Like, you're gonna go watch Golden Girls, aren't you? And I'm like, yes.
You still watch the reruns?
Oh, I have the box set. Are you kidding? I watch them. I just plunk in season 1, season 2.
That's crazy.
I watch
you
that.
are gay.
Oh yeah. I watched that.
Clyde, did you ever watch that? The Golden Girls?
I think my mom watched it, and I remember being little and like sitting with my mom.
Yes,
like-
honey. Yes.
Yeah.
And people of our generation, I'm probably older than you too, but I used to watch Maude when I was very
I love
young.
that.
Yeah,
I see the
Maude.
reruns. Yeah, I love them. I love
That was also an excellent show in the All in the Family ilk, Clyde.
Yeah.
In that
Oh
type of-
yeah, I love
yeah.
All in the
Didn't they
Family.
tie it
I
in
thought
that,
All in the Family was such a funny irony because
yeah.
it was produced by lefties, and then the main character who was supposed to be like the bad guy in the whole scenario ended up becoming like the main character that everybody loved and related with, Archie Bunker. Like that's so awesome.
Yes.
And then Edith was such she had such a strong character. Like, there's a lot of depth to that. It was fantastic.
The actress that played Edith refused because whenever she do interviews, right, like when the show was on the air, they would always say, "Oh, do Edith's voice, be Edith," and she refused. But she said, "No, I'm not doing it. That's for the show. I'm not going to sit here and talk like Edith." Like, she was very, very guarded about that character, which was amazing because Edith was just I love that.
Well, yeah, it's like Dave Chappelle, like pay me.
Right.
Pay me. All right, I got some more chats here. The shift hit the fan has hit the fan. I love this handle, by the way. Pretend says, I agree that people are fed up, but with the new censorship bills coming down the chute, these halfwits are about to be given the ability to put you in jail for so-called hate speech.
No, I know it's gonna be really funny. I'll probably be the first gay guy put in jail.
I'll be right behind you. The first Indian or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, that is scary with the bills. We'll see what happens. I just it's utterly ridiculous that they're going to come knocking on your door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we've seen that little clip. I did a video on that too, but is that really how it's going to go down? I think you have to say something very threatening, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. See, I don't see them coming after the content creators in that way.
No? Okay.
No, because there'll be too much media or press around it. It'll go too far.
Yeah.
I think they'll go after just like little nobodies and get everybody scared.
Like they did with the convoy and all that stuff.
Yeah, like they did with COVID. They went after little nobodies, and then it was like a word of mouth thing, and then people didn't actually like get it out there on social media. So that's the fear. That's the fear, and that's what they're doing in England, by the way. There are big guys like Tommy Robinson going to jail for this stuff, but he's like one of the few. But there are lots and lots of little just like Grandpa Joe getting picked up by the cops for
it's awful
saying
what they're doing.
I don't like that England doesn't look like England anymore, and then it's like that's offensive. You're going to jail, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's a Facebook crime. You're putting me in jail for a Facebook crime. That's what they're doing. Yeah. It's you're really when you got a bunch of bloody Aladdin on the street there doing all the knife crime.
Oh.
You know. You've got
Aladdin doing the next one.
I love that she said that. I was just like, oh my God, I think you're adorable.
Are they doing that? There's a big knife crime problem there, and there's Pakistani grape gangs there, and what
they're actually like banning knives, and that was the joke. That was the joke when they banned guns. Like, what's next? You're gonna ban knives, and here we are.
We
are.
Yeah.
They have bins where you can turn in your knives.
Oh. Is Gary Andesangri going to show up there with his chipmunk cheeks or whatever?
Yes, he'll be right there.
Put your knife in here. No, but so no weapons. England is really.
But then they'll find other weapons. I mean, there's a lot of like let's just say people from parts of the world that are using acid and attacking people with acid in England.
Oh, yeah.
Like if it's not a gun, it's not a knife, it's another thing. They'll always find something. I mean, people are clever. They'll find out something.
Well, it's getting really bad.
The best thing, and this is why I'm loving moving to Texas, is because it's like, I know they all have guns, like they do in Canada or like they do in England. The criminals all have them. But guess what? I got one too.
Yeah.
And guess what? Everybody else around me's got one. So good luck to you. Good luck to you if you try pulling that thing out. you're packing heat, but so
Well,
many
it's
other
Texas.
people.
Yeah,
are.
of course they've got a gun. Everybody's got a gun. Someone's hairdresser has a gun, for God's sake. Like everybody's got a gun.
Grandma in the corner store's got a gun. It's like it's the way it should be. An armed society is a polite society, in my opinion. Like that's the way it is. It's the same with like the whole idea of mutually assured destruction, but it goes a little bit further than that, right? So. Like in Texas, everybody's carrying, or everybody potentially.
Everybody's packing, yeah.
Well, everybody potentially is packing.
Okay.
No, but everybody potentially, because it's a constitutional carry state, right? So if you want to, you're a law-abiding citizen. You have the right to go purchase a firearm, and you can carry it on you. You don't need to ask permission from the government. You have it on you, and a criminal goes into a corner store. And he's like, I want to stick this place up. Every single person in that place could potentially have a gun and turn it on them.
Yeah.
Like it's the most insecure place to be a criminal.
Wow.
Ever.
Yeah. That's really good. That is kind of good. But, like if a guy tries to rob a store, good luck to you. Everybody's packing, right? And you could lose your life. You go down to 7-Eleven in Calgary or something like that.
No.
It's not the same, is it?
No.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like if somebody's robbing a store at gunpoint, and good Samaritan Joe Blow in aisle 2, see it, and you pull it out and you pop that guy, and the cuckoo clock goes off.
Is
in
that your
perfect timing.
clock? That's so funny.
So here's the thing. The police will come to the scene and they'll be like, "Oh, justifiable homicide. You're free to go." That deters crime.
Wow. Holy
No
wow.
charges, nothing. Police statement.
And that's in Texas, right?
That's in but that's not just Texas. Like Florida, Arizona. There's a number of states that.
Yeah, in the U.S. Yeah, but I was going to say, but if it was here, you would immediately be charged with a crime, and then that criminal would be going off scot-free and probably getting a paycheck.
Well, likely you would get charged and he would get charged, and then the criminal goes in, gets bail right away. You go in, you get bail right away, but then he's like, screw it, I don't care about life and all this other stuff. So he's off doing other crimes, and you're dealing with this for the next 3 to 5 years. In court and all this other stuff. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely it's unjustifiable to put law-abiding citizens through this kind of thing. Sorry, let me get to a couple more of these chats. Light Y7Z says for 5 says, great podcast. Clyde was going to watch Anita after this. Great guest. Thank you. Wobb Canoe and his Wobbisms. What is this? Love your Friday night Wobbisms.
Yeah.
Love your Friday night live streams. Well, I'm glad I'm back. Everybody's loving these. They're having fun with the Friday night lives.
He's less than smart. That one.
They had their convention, right? The NDP convention down there, and that's where Wobb went off on the whole thing.
I don't know.
I can't take the guy seriously.
No,
I can't take him seriously. He beat his wife, for God's sake.
Oh, did he?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, did he? What happened?
Well, allegedly. Sorry, Wobby. But yeah, so allegedly, this has been going all over Twitter and all over the freaking socials forever. That allegedly he had beat up his wife and refused to take a breathalyzer.
Oh, okay.
So, but then what do? Let's just make him, premier. Here. So perfect. But he said something really, really, really. His comments today about how Trump has created this war in Iran to distract from the Epstein files.
Yeah, I covered that.
He said that Trump did this on purpose, and I'm like, how has Trump not sued these guys?
Absolutely.
It's just an attrition thing. It's one of those things. Like it's like they feel that Trump's not going to go after them because there's just too many people saying this stuff.
Too many people. But Wobb Canoe, that is so ignorant and dumb to say something like that. And you're a premier. Are you? I really went off on him today in one of my videos. Like, does he not know why the Iran war was started? Does he not
started
know
47 years ago?
Yeah, it's like this is finishing a war.
Yeah.
Trump is finishing a war. He's not starting a war. And does he not know that, I don't know what the number is now. Is it 50,000? Is it 60,000 people have been hung, shot, and killed since January in Iran? More than a nuclear issue, I thought that that was a humanitarian crisis. And I couldn't believe that the world wasn't doing anything. The UN isn't doing anything. What the hell do we have the UN for? Europe wasn't helping. The Middle East wasn't helping. And these people were dying. They were getting killed in the streets. And I was like, oh my God. And there was an internet blackout. And then all of a sudden, Trump took out the Ayatollah and 40 of his henchmen. And I was so happy. Now your gas price is a little bit high, but that's our own fault here in Canada because we're so stupid. We have no refineries. We don't have proper pipelines. And this moron snake oil salesman, Wobb Canoe, gets on TV and goes, it's because of the Epstein files? You ignorant twat.
I love you.
Preach, preach.
That's
You
my
ignorant
rant.
twat.
That is my rant on that. And he's a premier.
Yeah, which is it's horrible, embarrassing. He shouldn't be a premier. He's absolutely terrible. I mean, he says the dumbest things. I'm stunned that I'm not even stunned. It's not even surprising that this came out of his mouth, but just the fact that it did, and he's a premier. Like,
yes.
Wow.
You have no idea why we went to Iran. You don't understand this. You don't understand that they go death to America every day of their lives. They tell the children to say that. And they also keep the American flag and the Israeli flag on the floor of the classroom. So young children have to step on it. And they also keep the flags in the toilet, in the bathroom. So when the kids go to the bathroom, they have to step on the flag and say death to America, death to Israel.
Well, nobody wants to step up and be the leader of Iran anymore. Like, listen to this. This is pretty funny. This is Trump just the other day talking about that.
Seen anything like we're doing in the Middle East?
Oh, come on, audio. Where are you?
I can hear it.
Oh, you can hear it? Okay.
With Iran. And they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us. There's never been a head of a country that wanted that job less than being the head of Iran. I don't want it.
I don't want it.
We listen to some of the things they say. We hear them very clearly. They say, I don't want it. We'd like to make you the next supreme leader. No, thank you. I don't want it. But I want to express my gratitude.
Oh, it's too good. Trump is just funny.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
the
It's
stuff
so
he gets
true.
away with saying.
Oh,
And it's like it's not even like he gets away with it. It's just most of the time, political leaders they refrain from saying anything candid, and that's why Trump is so appealing to me. I'm always so candid. I just want to be true with people, and you know, I might be wrong, but at least I'm being honest, right?
At least you're not scared. You're not pussying about, right? You're saying what you have to say. And also the Supreme Leader's son, Ayatollah Mujtahimi, or whatever his name is, he's
the gay cardboard Ayatollah?
He's rumored to be gay. Did you know that? The cardboard cutout guy.
Yeah, the gay cardboard Ayatollah.
Is he what?
Rich.
Is he rich? He dead now.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, he's probably dead, so don't.
Oh, then never mind. I'm not interested. I'm good. Yeah.
You can't be gay in Iran, and you cannot. You'll be arrested and killed. You'll
have rooftop parties for them.
Rooftop parties. Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible.
You can't walk a dog in Iran.
Oh, I heard about that.
I didn't even know that.
That's screwed up.
That's screwed up. That IRGC needed to be taken out ages ago, and the news doesn't even explain anything properly. And
Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back.
Okay, well, we'll
carry on.
We'll carry on. Like then you know what we've learned about the Middle East. Like we never learned from the news. We learned from watching podcasts. Like you sound like you know about it. You've been following it. Like
I followed it. I actually looked right into it. I wanted to know what I was talking about before I opened up my mouth, right? Because so I wanted to, before I weighed in on anything or said anything, I wanted to know what was going on. And I know I've seen what's happened. I saw what happened to the Prince or Shah, the Shah of Iran.
The Shah.
But he was taken. He had to leave. He was exiled. Correct. Yeah. And so he was exiled. And then I read up on all that past history. And then to find out, and to see what Iran was like before the regime got in there. And then when it got in there and all the ladies were covered and everything, and it was just very, very bad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Most Iranians they don't want to live like this. They don't want to be like this. They were a very modern country, very educated, highly educated, the men and women. And then when the Ayatollah came in, the government was saying it'll be good for you. It'll be good. It's like communism, right? Don't worry about it. We'll look after you. We'll look after you. Screw the oil. Then the Shah was gone, and then they brought in the Ayatollah.
Well, it was pushed by the British as well, right?
Pushed
It
by
was
the British.
it was like a color revolution that was pushed by the British.
Well, and all the media got involved.
Get this, like the Ayatollah, as bad as he had some bad sides to him.
You think?
No, yeah. Sorry, not the Ayatollah. Not the Ayatollah.
Oh, the Shah. The Shah wasn't perfect either. Yeah.
The Shah had some bad sides to him. He had like a secret police and people he didn't like, he'd go after and that kind of thing. But what he was trying to do was industrialize Iran, and that was the real death nail for the Ayatollah. The Brits have had a policy since 1776, essentially, that if any country that they associate with tries to become independent and self-sufficient on their own, they smash that immediately. And that's been their policy for a very long time. And so
the Brits, you say the Brits were doing
the British.
Yeah.
And the British controlled the Strait of Hormuz. They controlled that region for a very long time. Not maybe not, a bit militarily and enough to scare everybody to get into a conflict with them, but also financially. So, the financial markets are a really strong way to support things. I mean, it's like Lloyd's of London. They were the ones who insure all of the vehicles, all the ships going through the strait. So all of those oil tankers, if you lose an oil tanker to a bomb or something, that's not a little bit of money.
No, and Lloyd's and the insurers are like, I ain't playing this game. I'm pulling out. I'm not insuring any of this stuff. I mean, it's a big money thing. And we've learned that not from the news. We've learned that from podcasters. I did not know about the Lloyd's of London connection, the British connection, how the Mojtaheby, the son, the gay son, his financial ties go back to Lloyd's of London and stuff like that. And I learned all that from the Golden Girls. You know who I call the Golden Girls? Promethean Updates. Do you know that?
Promethean Action. They're great.
Yeah, Promethean Action. They are the freaking Golden Girls. And as a person who used to work in the news, what I like about those two old ladies, they don't have to be great beauties. You don't even have to be young. People are watching them for the information. But you couldn't get on the air as an anchor.
I'll tell you what, that's how to age with grace, though. I don't like looking at old ladies that have like done the whole thing with their face with 20,000 plastic surgeons. It's crazy to me that plastic surgeons, all the best talent from all over the world, they all converge in one place in California and make the same stupid looking face over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Why do they always end up looking like that crazy cat lady thing?
Well, that's after quite a few.
I'm glad when you see Angela Lansbury, she was like, I ain't doing none of that, and she looked great.
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren looks beautiful.
Yeah.
She looks good. You like, what did my dad used to say? He used to say, I don't know, something about you cannot, no surgeon's hand can replace the work of God or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
a great saying. That's absolutely great.
My dad was so amazing. Yeah. Like he used to just say, like, my firstborn son is quite beautiful kid. Right. And then he'd be like, a doll maker couldn't even make a baby as beautiful as this baby. My dad used to just say things like that. And it's so true. No matter how beautiful you are, like Kim Kardashian is very good looking as a woman, and she's got good plastic surgery, but you get that face. Is not, you don't mess with the face.
There's no character. There's no
when
character.
When you see them up close, I met Joan Rivers, and and when you see her up close, like on stage and all the stuff, and she just looks amazing and gorgeous, and you're just like, oh my God, she's beautiful. And I met her up close, and she's like this little grandmother. Oh, she was. I'm sorry, she's passed, of course, but you could see it all right when you're in the face, right? You're just like, oh wow. You're like, you had a lot of work.
She was too much. She didn't even look good on
At the
TV.
end,
It was too much. Yeah.
She was really, really done. She was really done up. She was funny as hell, though. She was
Funny as
super
hell.
funny. Oh yeah, like I think that they try to cancel her today. Good luck to them.
Yeah, because remember she said Michelle Obama, she's a man or whatever.
she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, I can't say the word. I'll get freaking. Well, I can actually. Whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, are there more chats?
Yeah, there are. I just wanted to pop up an image of what you're talking about. So I'm just
okay.
getting
Oh.
Yeah, look at that, eh? See that on the blonder one, the color picture? That's the version of Joan that I meant.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, you did that. Oh,
It's
don't
too
do
much.
it.
It's too much. Yeah.
It was a lot, yeah. But she was very short, and she was not at all like she was on stage, of course. That none of them are. And so she was, when I went up and I got to get my picture with her and I took her hand, and she's like, easy, and you could hear like she was old.
She was
like, oh.
wheezy.
It's okay, but of course she had on this fabulous fur coat, and you just wanted to knock her down and take it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to some more of these. We got Javelin Blue for 5 says, Clyde, I may be moving to Arizona, living in BC, thinking about starting a business. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Do it. Give her.
You'll be taxed to death in BC.
Yeah.
You have to pay all the damn taxes, and we're gonna lose. What kind of business does she have? We're good.
I think Javelin. I don't know what business, but I would recommend, like, if you're planning to move to the US, get a business going right now. Right now, right now.
Yeah.
Because any experience or anything that you can show to the US government that you've been like self-sufficient, able to do things, entrepreneurial, that kind of thing, is always going to be a plus. So even if you haven't had the business for 3 years, but like say you've worked in industry for X amount of time, but then you're like, and then I started a business and it's been successful for X amount of time. It's all points towards you getting yourself in the door. So absolutely recommend it. 100% go for it. Yukon J jumping in with another one for 5 says, were you ever asked for the left-handed crescent wrench? Lol. How about a sky hook? Typical construction hazing. LOL. Yeah, I've had the left-handed crescent wrench. That's one.
You're left-handed, Clyde?
No, I'm ambidextrous.
Oh, okay. I'm
That's
left-handed.
Know that.
Very fortunate for me in the trade that I am. So when you go to school, everybody teaches right-handed, right? That's how it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So you always learn right-handed, but then so I can use either hand. It doesn't matter. But I'm more practiced with my right. But working as a mechanic, there's this thing where, if you're reaching around the back of an engine and you need to get your access to something, your wrist only moves in so many directions. So sometimes you have to go with the other hand. And if you don't have the dexterity with the other hand, you're really handicapped.
Oh,
pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's very helpful.
I'm left-handed and I've adapted to the right-handed world too, because I can use scissors with my, we use the mouse. I can play tennis with both hands. So I'm slightly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I write and eat with my left hand. And those are, I'm left-handed. Yeah. The world is not made for us.
I'm a lefty.
Oh, you're a lefty too.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh, right on, brother.
Left on.
Of course, it's camera left, screen right.
Camera left.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, more chats here. We got just had that one. Sorry, Cal.
Awesome panel.
Awesome panel.
So nice. Aww.
That's great. So that was the thing. Like, I was like, I want to invite some people onto my show, and then I called Jack, and then I'm like, Jack would be fun, but it would be great to have another person. And then I thought of you, Anita, right away. I'm like, this will be a lot of fun. So
yeah, honey.
Yeah, right. Javelin Blue with another 5 says,
you're
are you
talking about me?
Not talking about either the two of us. That's for sure.
You know,
You're
you damn straight, Javelin Blue. I am one of the cool Indians, right? Born and bred in Vancouver,
That's
Vancouver
so.
General Hospital. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Born
We
in
were at a party and we met another Indian guy, and you're like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "India." And they're like, "Yeah, where?"
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's a big
Where-
place. And so he
yeah.
explained it, and then I turned to her and I said, "What part of Tim Hortons are you from?"
Oh yeah. You're like, if the drive-through. No, yeah, no, I know. I recently talked about that. You know, how is it in Calgary? Or is it flooded with Indians?
Calgary, yes.
Is that where you live?
Yes, yeah, I live
Yeah,
in Calgary. Yeah, it's more flooded with drug dealers though.
Is it?
Yeah, and homeless. Yeah.
Whoa.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Freaking, it's Calgary, man. It's like
Yeah.
you know Danielle
It's-
Smith.
Oh yeah, no,
going
it's not as bad as that.
They call it
Edmonton's really
culture.
bad. Yeah. What did you say? They call it culture?
They call it culture. Is
It's
that what?
cultured.
Is that what the
Come
kids
to
are calling
Calgary.
it?
Look at
It's the
culture.
artistic side of
Hey,
Canada.
that culture is trying to rob me right now.
So many years ago, I went to Calgary. I thought it was quiet, like the downtown part was quiet. Is it bustling? Is it fun? Is it
Downtown?
How, how is it?
I'm from Edmonton originally, right?
okay.
So I lived there most of my life. I only lived in Calgary for 10 years now. But Calgary's downtown is much busier than Edmonton's. But if you're comparing it to Vancouver, it's very quiet. Because downtown Vancouver is crazy, right? But it's nice downtown. Like it's pretty good. There's lots of shopping. There's lots of stuff. Edmonton's downtown completely died. Like there's nothing there now. Like everything is just shutting. And I have friends that are still there, and they tell me that it's horrible. Nobody goes downtown anymore.
What is the main street of Edmonton's downtown? Does it start with a W?
No, Jasper Ave.
Oh, Jasper Ave. Okay.
Yeah, Jasper Ave.
Edmonton. Yeah. Okay. So, and does Calgary have this big drug area like how Vancouver has?
Not really.
No.
They're more spread out here. They take advantage of the beautiful scenery in the river valley. Actually, to be honest with you, they stay along the major roads. It's such just I don't know. There's all sorts of little campouts and all that. But like I say, Calgary is nowhere near as bad as Edmonton. Edmonton is just horrific right now. So
is it?
Oh yeah, it's really bad up there. So.
Okay, I got to do a rapid fire because wow, Javelin Blue jumped in here with a lot of chats all in a row.
Okay.
So
Let's go for it.
I'm just gonna jump in. You're one of the cool Indians, he says, and then jumps in. Clyde, certain states may be getting rid of the NFA, which means automatic weapons, destructive devices. So yeah, it's not they're getting rid of it, but there's a loophole. Yeah, I watched Brandon Herrera talk about it. So
what concerns me is that he's got a happy face at the end of that sentence.
No, it's great.
I think he's got a sad
great.
face.
Oh, is it a sad face? Oh,
no, it's a happy face. It's just the other way around. No, it's great. It's great news. It's unfortunately Texas isn't one of those states yet. So we're hoping Texas will be on that. We'll see if it passes.
I can see the Americans going for that, but who knows? State to state.
No, gun rights are definitely taking leaps and bounds and strides towards gun rights in the past year or more.
Yeah.
But destructive. What's a destructive device though? Like
it's just explosives.
So
in general,
you're allowed to have like an explosive in the U.S. now.
You can now currently, but just like there's lots of restrictions on certain types and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's and fully automatic firearms. They're gonna make it basically so. Long story short, they're gonna make it so you can buy full auto guns. You just have to go to the government to buy them.
Okay,
that's the loophole. So
all right,
fair enough.
We'll see how it plays out.
Devin
Blue also saying, John, he's old. He's too old. I don't know what that's in reference to. Another one for 2 says, yeah, Britain dirty. They hate America. Yes, they do. And they have since 1776. Also saying Clyde going to buy a 1911 45. Yes. It's just one of my favorite guns in the planet. It's unpractical. I'm not going to carry it. Don't ask. I'm going to own it though. And I'm going to take it to the range and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to buy some fancy 2011 or something like that. I'm going to get a 1911 GI. That's it. Bare bones. I love that gun. It's just going to be in my collection. That's it. I'm not going to carry it. I'm going to have a practical gun for a carry gun. Then moving on, Kardashian has more plastic than the ocean. That's funny. That's funny, which is a myth too, as well. Javelin Blue also with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. So generous tonight.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm waiting for the capital, waiting for the Japanese reverse carry trade to start a business. Question, my power engineering ticket isn't required in the US. Can I use it in the US? I have oil and gas, etc. I don't know. You'd have to ask a professional in that
That's U.S. immigration or something.
Yeah, talk to immigration.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk to some people about that, but I don't have the answer for you tonight. So that's one of those things. But yeah, I'm sure. What I understand is like the EB3 national interest waiver. They're looking for people who have like 10 years plus experience, and any of those tickets and certifications and stuff that goes really well for you. It's kind of it's an expensive process. It can cost a bit of money, but if you get approved, it's not a visa, it's a green card. You just automatically have a green card and you can work for anybody you want in the United States.
I'd love
That's
a green
great.
card. Anyway, yeah.
I can't see the chat at all.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No,
Because are you on a phone?
I am.
Okay.
Oh, you
That's
gotta
okay.
get a computer, man.
Someday, my dream of dreams is to have a computer.
I always had a computer before I ever had a smartphone. That's
So you do most of your stuff on phone, and you're mostly on X?
Yeah, I just with Clyde's encouragement, I had moved over to doing bigger socials and all that. Actually, a few people encouraged me, but Clyde's been my biggest encourager, I guess you could ever say.
Aw.
Yeah, so
I've been
he's
bugging
like,
the crap out of you, dude. You have interesting things to talk about, and
Yeah.
you need to get your story out there.
So, and he's really been helping me like crazy, which is good. So I just moved over to Instagram. I'm just about to go on YouTube, I should say. I apparently have Facebook hooked up to my studio, to the studio that I make all the shorts in.
Okay.
I didn't know that, and so apparently it's going somewhere on Facebook. So I'm like, I better find that page.
Oh, if you're on Instagram, sometimes it just goes to Facebook. There's a setting in there. Yeah. So
And
that's
then
good.
Yeah, the studio itself, that CapCut studio.
Yeah.
It actually links you automatically if you have a TikTok account. So
Okay.
to
I
put
don't
it on
have
there.
TikTok, but good. People
No,
blow up.
I wasn't really interested in TikTok.
They blow up on Instagram. This is what all the cool.
You don't want to
kids
be
are
on the
doing it.
Chinese spy app?
What's
Yeah,
that?
I'm not on that.
No, I couldn't do it.
It's big. A lot of people use TikTok, so like it is a vehicle to get yourself noticed. What Mark Nixon, he got his big start on TikTok.
Yeah, he's very good on X too. Like
Yeah.
very good on X. Yeah. So you've been on this stream for 2.5 hours. Do you do this every Friday, Clyde?
I used to for like 4 years.
Oh
Do
my
it
god!
every single Friday, and I would.
For
I
this
I'd
length
do it.
of
I do
time?
it. Yeah, I would do it until I have no more voice.
Well, I almost have no more battery on my phone, so
Yeah, your phone, like, is it plugged into something? No.
no, I've got the
Oh,
ring light going on here and a file in my nail, and I'm just kind of
Is that what you do? I did not know that. I'm gonna hang out with you guys for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no,
'Cause I've been
fair-
up since
fair enough.
6:30 and I've got to eat and stuff like that. But
Yeah, no. So what I normally do is the conversation ends up moving over to the Discord channel. So moderators throw the Discord link in there. Friday nights, kind of just to let it let it wind down night.
Yeah.
And that's how it
This
goes.
is fun.
So
This is a fun one. Clyde had me
Yeah.
on one once before,
Yeah.
and I dipped out because I was being completely ignored. So
because you're a drama queen.
Yeah, I yeah. I think if you got a guest, y'all chit chat, y'all get to know each other.
well, you're great. No, this is awesome.
Yeah,
No,
like-
what it was, I had another guest on that was I had you got to pick the right guest to bring on together.
Yeah, and what did you do?
Well, yeah, I brought you in with somebody who's just like, no, I'm gonna cut him off constantly.
Oh, who was
like,
it?
You know,
Oh, they're asking me questions.
Kevin. Kevin, you know Kevin. Well, yeah, I'll have Kevin on again. I like Kevin. He's great.
Yeah, Kevin's great. I like Kev, but yeah, this is the question. But he bombed me with 3 questions before one question. Then I'm supposed to, and I gave him shit the next day. I said, "What the hell are you doing that to me for?" I fucking left because of that. Oh, I didn't know I was drunk. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, well, we got another special super chat in here. Well, thank you
Somebody
so
gave
much,
you
my man.
$200? What?
Yeah,
the hell?
Hawk Tomo for $200. Thank you so much, my man.
Tomo,
Really,
towards Jack's laptop.
towards Jack's laptop. Okay,
His
I'm gonna
voice
have
is
to.
super
Yeah,
important. You got to share.
I'm gonna have to give that to Jack.
Hawk Tomo, that's so generous. Wow.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to you give him a
Jack,
special
I-
shout out. That
I
guy.
have to pass that on to you, my man.
Pass some of it. You keep some of it, Clyde.
Well, yeah.
No, he said towards Jack's laptop.
Well,
Towards
some.
Jack's laptop.
Yeah.
His voice is super important. You're very kind. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna have
People
to check.
care, man. People care, and that's
That
the
is
thing.
very
That's why
generous.
these communities are amazing.
Does this guy have a question? I mean,
No,
like,
he just wanted to say that. Thank you so much.
Hawk Tomo 8153. That's very generous.
I'm on
Yeah.
Instagram. You can follow me there too. These guys are already up there.
Is it Jack Decker or is it just Jack there as well?
No. So it's Jack_Decker_official.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to do the underscores because for some reason Jack Decker was taken. So I was like, okay. So then I put in Jack Decker. Then it came up with 001075460, and I didn't want that because I just thought, well, that's ridiculous. Why would I have that? So I just did Jack_Decker_official. So
Is that your real name?
my real name, it's my last real name. My last name is my real name. Yeah, my real name is James, but Jack has been a nickname for so long now that I just kept it.
Your real name is James Decker.
Yeah.
That's a good name. Decker is a good name.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know why?
Jack works though. Like I only know you as Jack. So
Yeah,
like,
it's not even a far stretch from James actually. So
Yeah. Jack Decker, you know what they say? A marketing person says that anything with a C and a K or that kind of sound becomes very successful in life. Like Coke is successful. Like Spanx, Kit Kat, anything with a K sound sometimes becomes successful, though not for me.
That's pretty good.
I need a not for me.
I need a K.
necessarily. I know. I gotta rethink this K thing, but like those strong sounds, like the K and the C, like Decker, it's like it's like he's recognizable and marketable.
Yeah.
So they say.
Thanks. Thank you. No, that's really cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so grateful.
We got
to
another
try
one here
for-
from Javelin Blue for another 100. Says, here you go, Jack. Laptop. Save our nation from Carney.
Not
See
to be
behind the bars.
outdone, Javelin Blue. Way to go. Here you
You got
go.
$300 already tonight, Jack.
My gosh, I gotta check you out, Jack. Like what? Like the things
What
you
am I-
say.
Thank you, Javelin. Thank you. This is I feel like I
Yeah,
should
worth
almost
your-
remove
it's
clothing
worth
at
your
this
while.
point. But like-
No, please keep it all on. Please keep it all on, and then just keep making your videos. They're great.
Your videos.
That's the thing. They're fun. They're entertaining. They're good. And I knew you'd be good at it, and this is why I pushed you so hard to go into it because I knew it would be good.
Every day.
I
He'd
bugged
be
you
on the
like
phone.
relentlessly, man.
Every
relentlessly.
day. He'd be like, do this. You got to do this. Did you put out a video? Hi, how's it going? And then Peter got involved too. He's like, oh, did you put out a video? And I'm just like, no, I haven't done it yet. But you know what? Now that I've done it, it's actually really good. I don't know why I waited so long. And another friend
Now
of
you're
mine-
so excited about it. I love it. I love it
yeah.
because like Anita, he's messaging me and he's like, I had so much fun making this video. And I'm like, I told you. I told you. You would enjoy it.
Another
It's
friend
great.
of mine. Yeah, another friend of mine, Adam. He's just like, you're gonna regret not doing it sooner. And I'm like,
Wow. Oh, wow. You know, Clyde is very supportive of fellow
Yeah,
creators.
he's great.
Very supportive. Yeah.
Well, he's
I
done a
want to
lot.
see people do well, man. That's
Clyde's
really
done a
what I
lot
want.
You
Clyde's
know,
done a lot for a lot of people.
yeah,
He really has.
absolutely. He's helped me a lot. Like, and the more people in, oh God, ages ago, when Clyde interviewed me ages ago, he said, do a video every day. Just do one every day. Like, and I didn't, because I have a day job and a family or whatever.
I hear you. Yeah.
Like, sometimes I just couldn't. And as a woman, you got to put some makeup on and shit. And it was just too much, right? Yeah.
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 As a human, you just got to make excuses for not doing it.
Yeah,
and
that was my.
hell. I don't want to
But you have to treat YouTube like a business, otherwise you won't be successful. So I'm like
do.
grinding out as much as possible. But it's
just got to do it. Just got to make sure you get it done.
Yeah.
And make it an obligation that you can't not do.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. You just have to make it an obligation that you just can't avoid.
Like treat it like a business, because the message is important, and by every creator doing something, that is how you create a network. Like then that's your new network that kind of surpasses perhaps what CBC Global and CTV have been doing. Anyway,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good to have that network of people going, because less and less people we know are watching those MSM shows, right? And they're looking more to other sources for their information. So
yeah,
it's very good. And it's fun actually, because you can counter, because there's so many people on the left, as you guys know, that have their own little podcast shows and they all bitch about us, right? But so it's kind of fun to just be here and just putting out what we like, and they're just attacking you for no reason, but they're not attacking the actual issue because we're right. So
I don't watch the creators in the leftist space, but I just hear about them, like the Laura Babcocks. I don't understand Slapinski. I don't know what his deal is.
Nuts. That guy.
Is he a leftist? I think he's just a agitator. I think
he's an agitator. Yeah,
That's
he's a
all he
definite
is, yeah.
agitator, and so unappealing to dude. He's very unappealing, but
and he's ugly.
And that. And is he gay?
Is he gay?
Yeah.
No, I don't want that on my son.
Yeah, no problem.
You're asking Jack for the gaydar, like, yeah, is
yeah, exactly. But yeah, well, it was very nice. Did we cover everything? I guess.
I think we did. I think we did. So I'm gonna ask the moderators, please put. It's mostly Peter. Please put a link for anybody who wants to join the Discord. So if you don't know what Discord is, it's a social media app, another one, but it's a little bit different. So it's kind of like the old days with like ICQ or whatever, where you go join like a group or whatever, and then there's little chat rooms, but then there's also like the voice and text. So you can jump in the voice and text, voice, video, and text. And it's the best on the in all of the platforms. Actually, it's the best one to have like the voice and video conferences, because you don't have to be invited to it. You just you got to just be a part of the server.
Oh, amazing!
And then as soon as you see people go in there and populate the space, you just jump in too, right? And you just jump in, come and go as you please, that kind of thing. So you don't have to wait for invites and all that kind of thing. So
that's so good. A good way to talk to the community, to people.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So
that's
this way other people can come in with their own things. We got Lainey jumping in with another $50 super chat. Thank you so much for the $50 tip. Really appreciate that.
Wow.
Happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, I think we'll keep coming with the Friday live streams. I've been pushing them a little later, 7 o'clock. I've been starting them just to avoid any of the crap that I was dealing with before. Some weeks I won't. Some weeks I won't, and other weeks I will. So make sure you subscribe to make sure that you see that. And I like bringing on fun people into the chat. So
that was me and Anita.
That was us.
Absolutely.
We'd be fun at parties.
We did. We would be.
Oh hell yeah!
Anita's super fun at parties. Yeah. We did karaoke a little while ago. Yeah, we went to another party.
I got chills, they're multiplying.
No.
Yeah, he sang. We all sang our guts out. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like karaoke.
Sandy in high school. What?
Oh, Did you Olivia Newton-John in little leather tight pants, right? She was so skinny, a skinny bitch, right?
She was just a stick with high heels and a big blonde
She was
bubble head.
30 something and she played a high school student, right?
All right,
And same
ladies
with
and
Richard.
gents, thank you for coming to the Friday Night Live stream. We're gonna go end the live stream. You guys can stick around and chat about that. Keep going on about that. But
Thank you,
everybody,
everyone.
thank you everybody for coming out. It's a lot of fun. Great to unwind with everybody. So let's do this again. Tune in next time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following on Facebook. Make sure you're subscribed on Rumble and following on X. And follow these guys. They're fantastic. Just
Follow
enjoy.
me, Anita K on YouTube. Thank you.
I'm Jack
That'd be
Dan
great.
110 on Twitter or whatever I am on Instagram.
Whatever.
Jagger.
It was a
I'm
pleasure.
learning.
A pleasure.
Good night, everybody. Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Thank you so much.